Hello, universe. Happy, I guess I was going to say day of the week, like I tend to say happy day of the week, but we do know it's Final Fantasy Friday. So happy Final Fantasy Friday to you. Hello, Lily Q, go to your job walkthrough. Final Fantasy Friday will be a VOD. The job walkthrough probably won't be a VOD, so I doubt you'll be able to just kind of do that one later. I'm excited. I really am so happy. I've always wanted to get into the Final Fantasy Marathon. It's something I talked about for my stream like forever ago. So being able to actually start doing it is quite exciting. I want to say I was playing with controller. That sounds right to me. Oh, right. Okay. So to catch up, this music goes crazy. We just cracked open the world. We can now travel out a little bit. I think we've opened every chest that we could find, but I don't know for sure. We have Hubert the warrior, Luce the red mage, Eden the white mage, and Vivi the black mage. Vivi's died like a handful of times. I think Eden also died. Hubert's really just our goat right now. Alright, we'll immediately get into a battle. It's just 6 Sahagins. Not even in a trench coat, so what's the point? Am I in an okay spot here? Yeah, it looks fine. I mean, I'm technically blocking. Like, it says attack 4 times because that's just like the auto battle thing, but you don't need to know what the auto battle thing is. You're paying attention, you'll know what it'll be. Alternatively, I can move my dumb head on the other side, but that might be jarring. It's like driving on the other side of the road. Alright, so where are we going? I don't really remember. I don't think we have any, like, direct goal. Oh my god, it says we have 2 of the 10 chests in that area. I didn't realize there was a chest tracker. Alright, Chaos Shrine apparently has a Gorillion chest too. Maybe we'll be swinging back to those ones. What was Mount Durgar? I don't remember. I feel like there's, like, nothing to do there. Surely there is something, but I don't remember what Mount Durgar was. I wish our boat could land somewhere. Do you get an airship in this game? I hope so. But you know what? This is Final Fantasy 1. They probably didn't have airships back then. Why, yes, that is a dumb joke. Thank you for checking. Let's hit a Thundara. Chaos Shrine's been locked by the Mystic Key. Is everything locked by the Mystic Key? I genuinely thought the Mystic Key was going to be like, you didn't pick a thief, now you can't get half the chests in the game. I was completely mentally ready for not getting, like, anything. I was like, oh, I made a big mistake. But, like, the red mage is just the perfect way. You get to do all the magic if you pick a red mage. Okay, well, there's a place to dock here, so let's just check it out after we fight 2 sharks and a Sahagin. No trench coat required on this one. Mount Durgar sounds like a setup for Eligma. I think my favorite setup for that is either Tri-Goblin or Good Time Dragon. Those are my 2 favorite I've heard, I think. Mind Goblin's another good one. Mind Goblin is really good. Restore the crystals to Grace. I feel like the popularity of Ligmas have fallen out, but maybe not. You could be the change you want in the world, though. If you want to bring them back, bring them back. Wendy's is good, too. The vampire attack, destroying our church with what vampire? In our city in shambles, there's nothing we can do to stop the ruination of the earth. That really... You walk into these towns and they're like, our crops are burned. The vampires have been eating us for years. The Toys R Us closed down. It's been rough. Restore the crystals to Grace, you got it. I don't know if we have a bunch of space bucks. We only have 5,000. I think things are getting quite expensive, so I don't doubt we can afford upgrades, but let's check it out anyways. The Crozier is only usable by our warrior, weirdly enough. Saber is a downgrade, Longsword is an upgrade, it looks like on both of them, and the Falchion is equipped. I don't know if we want to bother with a Longsword or not. Never stop using them, proud of you. Keep up the good work. Fight the good fight. I didn't realize there was magic shops, hold on. Curaga? Okay, so Cure is actually like unusable right now. Life, we can revive people too? Oh god, it's gonna be so expensive. We're definitely gonna need Curaga, and probably Life as well. It'll save a lot of money on Phoenix Stones, but we still want to carry some, of course. Curaga makes sense. Okay, so I just get Scourge and the game's over. It instantly kills all enemies, is that fair? Stupid mouse is on the screen. Anyways, heading out now. Wish me luck on the headshot thing. Oh, good luck. Hopefully everything goes good for you. Good luck with your job, Thingummy. What? So slower also seems pretty good if the enemy hits multiple times, but if Scourge just one hits everything. Oh, teleport's so nice too. We need so much Gil actually. Wait. What's is my name? I've come all the way from Durgar to find out the spring healed of the Earth's decay. That was a lot to take in. In the cave on the southern tip of this continent lives a man named Sada. He's a wide man. Okay, write that down. Sada on the southern tip of this continent. That's probably where we need to go. I've heard that ancient possess something the power of ships make float in the sky. Oh, right, the Levinstone or whatever. Was that what it was? Don't we have that? I'm literally stuck here. Okay, we're good. Long ago, a prosperous civilization thrived in the Northland. Now it's fallen into ruin. Stop by my father's shop. Okay, who's your father? The advertising budget is really weak. It's a gravestone. I still can't believe that Link was just lying in one of the gravestones. Square had no chill. The earth is decaying. It's all doing it. The vampire that lives in the cavern of earth. Our town is in such rotten shape because he's still blocking the flow of power of the earth. Will you stop him for us? Yeah, you got it. Cavern Earth is to the south of Melmond on a peninsula called the Devil's Tail. It used to be closer you got to the cave, the more fertile the soil. Now it's a barren waste. Uh-oh. Giant living in the cave eats rocks. I was really hoping they were just gonna stop there. Haley just found a cup of rock, but I suppose he especially likes gems. He can't get enough of them. What the heck am I gonna do? Alright, so vampire in the cave of earth. I forgot the guy's name. Ballis or something, all the way to the south on the peninsula. And a cave that has a gem-eating giant in it. That is so expensive. Alright, we can't afford like anything here. Maybe we should sell old equips. I tend to not do that, but it can be a good thing at times. There's nothing I, the great genius Une, don't know. What, you never heard of me? Inconceivable. Oh, I'm sorry for saying I haven't heard of you. Can you please move? Thank you. Alright, so I guess our best bet's just to head south. I don't really know what else we'd be looking for, to be honest. I'm guessing the okay, the Devil's Tail is definitely that triangle peninsula down there. What the heck is going on to the east over there? That's crazy, all that water and stuff and that moon-shaped thing on the far right. It's really cool. I guess we'll just poke around on land here. What gem am I going to feed a giant, though? Can I be backseat of it or no? You're welcome to it. Just keep it within reason. Don't be like, by the way, the next boss fight is Cloud Strife, and it gets crazy when he does the Unisummon. Make it like you're a townsperson. Yeah, you can backseat. You just need to be a townsperson. So you need to say it in some, like, semi-cryptic way. I'm so sad that all of these poisoned half my party. It's not that big of a deal, but it is a little inconvenient. But there are Tarantulas, which is nice. Poison is in short supply right now. Hopefully we can get a few levels and stuff. Let's poke around. Anything on tip here? Nope. So, is that person on the tip of Devil's Tail? Probably not. Ah, Warriors of Light, I hope you may find use of the treasures gathered within the Chaos Shrine before you continue onward on your journey. Aye. That's crazy that someone in this town knows what the Chaos Shrine is. I appreciate the call out though. Thanks, random citizen. Be sure to visit my dad's shop. I will not tell you where it is. I will not tell you what he sells. Good luck figuring it out, ADM. It's like, oh my god, chill. No, I don't want to fight Sahagin again. And now my ultimate move. Flee auto battle. We should outspeed everything here. I assume that's what was preventing us before. I don't remember seeing any. Oh no, you know, there was doors I saw that were blocked by the magical key. Mystic key? For every mystic door, there's a mystic key, something like that. I don't remember where the dock is. I should have just looked at the map. Okay, the Sahagins are still profoundly fast, but thankfully they don't really do any damage to anyone but Vivi. So I guess no Pokerogue, not today. We can probably do some next week, but not today. So it is nice to see you, Han. I don't think we can eke around that mountain, can we? Because the Chaos Shrine's up there at the north, right? Yeah. Maybe we can eke around that mountain. I don't think we can, though, but I'm going to try it because we're so close. No, never lucky. So I do want to do some Poke Rouge. Drunk Bard with a suspiciously unique model voice. I hiccup here, there's a secret city somewhere in the world map. No chance. It's funny because I saw like a patch of like land that looked really suspicious. I think it was like outside of a forest or like a hole in the middle of a forest. And I walked there and I was like, it seems like there should be a secret city here. Okay, should we heal here? Might as well. If we're gonna go into the Chaos Shrine. It wasn't that scary before though. Still trying to use the V-tubing? Come on, it's been at least a little while now. If only the strongest of warriors Hiccup may enter theirs, or so the myth goes. Strongest of warriors? Maybe a cap level? Do you think that the townsperson, the suspiciously modeled town drunk giving me all this information, is aware of levels and the concept of leveling up? Oh, I know, Han. I was just poking fun. I appreciate you being around, of course. Alright, back to the Chaos Shrine. Detour time. Oh, I forgot. Those are doors, because all we had to do was go into the middle here. Alright, cool. Let's check it out. I was thinking we were gonna have to swing back here later or something. I don't know if it's better to just fight these enemies. They'll probably give like no XP is the thing. Okay, I probably did this one before. That's probably what it was. Looks like the eastern ones are good to grab. Nico, I never played Final Fantasy, so I have no idea what it's about. There's 4 Warriors of Light that randomly appear. I guess they seem like they manifested out of nowhere. The world's kind of having a lot of troubles. Like everywhere you go, every town is like, everything is awful, please save us. The Warriors of Light go, they save the people, everyone's happy. And sometimes the town drunk gives you cryptic hints about what to do. Only the strongest are allowed in the salty spittoon. Rune Blade. Holy moly. Do you have the attack level for that, Uber? I wonder if we can give Luce the Battle Axe, although I think the Battle Axe is like probably slightly worse or like similar to what we have. Sounds like a classic fairy tale story. I mean, it really is. When did this game come out? It was like, I want to almost say 89, but that feels like it's too early. It's got to be like 90 something, right? Werebuster, like the weapon made to defeat werewolves? Alright, cool, we'll take it. Really glad that we got this hint to come back here. Gold Needle's pretty cool. I don't know if there's more we could do. I can't believe that thing hit us. So I think we went in there before. Looks like we might have all the other treasure for now. Unless there's something else to do. I'll poke in the middle and see if there's something else there. The UI is really clean looking. I just really like old RPGs. I can't help it. I thought that happened when I talked to the bat. I was like, oh no, we found the super boss. Kiki. 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 The black crystal shines ominously. The air hanging in the room seems slightly distorted. Okay, weird. Okay, cool. Well, that seemed fruitful. Okay, we can't use that as a thing. I did get a hint a while ago that I think some of the weapons in this game you can actually use, but it's interesting. This is good against beasts specifically. Did Palworld 1.0 come out yet, or is it still coming out? I was trying to keep track of it. Oh no. It's gonna come out at some point, right? I don't remember what version it was on when I last played. It's a fun game though. I have this thing in my head. So I played a lot of Final Fantasy III when I was young, like a huge amount of it. And in Final Fantasy III, it's always worth fighting enemies basically all the time because you have to produce job points. Even if they give like very little XP, they'll give some job points, and every job level is at 100. Granted, enemies will give more or less job points. I think the usable equipment has on its description. Interesting. Shining Force has a bunch of usable stuff, but I feel like it doesn't say it in its description. Maybe it does. Oh, I should play Shining Force sometime on stream too. What a good game. That can probably be done in like half a week too. It's not that long of a game. Free potion? Alright, never mind. It was worth it. Alright, so let's quickly check. Wait a minute. Alright, so there's clearly more going on with Chaos Shrine because there's 7 more chests to get and there's that thing in the middle. So I'm gonna guess we'll be back there eventually. Maybe to purge that crystal thing because it's weird. I think Mount Durgar was locked behind bringing Mithril, or I think it was Adamantite, over to the dwarf. I don't remember any other treasures there. It's possible you could have gotten more there, though. Okay, these Buccaneers are really strong. All right, they're not that strong. I just saw that they didn't die in one hit and was like, these are the strongest enemies in the game. Oh, nice, a free saber. See, that might not be bad. If they start dropping things like sabers, we can certainly sell those. All right, let's go dock and let's go look for that person then. Need to go back to my family. Good luck, have fun. Thanks so much for stopping in, Han. Hopefully your family is doing well. Don't poison us. Don't do it. Holy moly. I guess that does do more damage against beasts, huh? We got poisoned in the end anyways. Sad end. It's crazy how, like, ridiculous poison is in this game. It's fairly expensive to clear him. I forgot we need to clear that. I thought I had 56 internets. Oh, I guess I have a bunch of them. Maybe they're pretty cheap. Especially as we get further in the game, it'll probably be less expensive. Not like literally less expensive, but we'll have more money. I should have just cast Dia here. I didn't realize there's a bunch of casting goals. Do you have a spell? I have a spell, but it has 4 casts on it only. Because it's like a level 4 spell. Oh, okay. See, this is a problem. I forgot these enemies do that. I think we can get soft locked and just die here. I mean, not literally soft locked, but we need to not mess with these. If Eden and Vivi get paralyzed, I think it's just over. I don't think I have a way to clear this yet. Yeah, we'll almost certainly like room wipe it. Oh, thank goodness. That paralysis is genuinely scary. I do not know what to do about that. I don't remember seeing a new spell to clear it either. Although maybe it's just a status ailment, I don't know. Is that petrification? Is that what petrification looks like? That could be, I guess. Which point we can gold needle it? Because I think we just got a gold needle. Is gold needle silence? I think paralysis is temporary. Oh, interesting. Okay, the Cavern of Earth music goes crazy. So we have 2 rooms down there, a floor down there, and a room over there. How much damage do level 1 spells do? Pretty respectable still, not like incredible, but good enough. Luce's damage really came up a lot with that weapon. The Werebuster? Where something? That is a big beefy boy. Okay, as long as we're like one-turning things still, my confidence is pretty much through the roof. Could buff his stats too. Monsters. That's my least favorite chest reward. That is a single monster and it is an earth elemental. How strong is this, do we think? Probably not that strong. But I'm gonna prepare just in case. I mean, what was it, in Final Fantasy VI? Like, Super Boss just in a box randomly somewhere? Or maybe it's not the Super Boss, but it's like an optional really strong enemy. Okay, maybe that was fine. Oh, sorry to hear, Q. Good luck. Godspeed. Okay, 2,000 gil's a pretty nice reward, though. I mean, it's actually not that much, though. They could kind of step up their game. Okay, when did Vivi get to 1 health? Oh, I guess Vivi got hit once, I didn't even notice. Surely, like... Oh, we don't have Fira. We only have Thundara? Oh no, you know what? Luce probably has it. That's fine, we'll go for him. Okay, apparently Thundara was not necessary. I just don't want to get poisoned too many times. Like, we can afford... Okay, good. Big health up on Vivi. We can afford getting poisoned like maybe 12, 13 times, and then it's going to be a problem. Which isn't a lot, but if the whole team gets poisoned, that's only like 3 or 4 team times, you know? I don't think Dia's gonna KO, unfortunately. That will, though. This place is kind of hard to navigate. I feel like we're lucky we have the map. There's no chance that map was a thing back in the day. That's absolutely like a Pixel Remaster Edition, right? It's way too convenient. Oh, I didn't realize we can run in this kind of overworld. I thought we could only run in towns. Whoops. I have been walking for a while. I don't remember what these gargoyles do, but they freak me out. I don't really know where their face starts. Do they have 2 big red eyes, or do they have 1 big red eye and that's like their ear on the side? I don't know where they start and where they end, and that freaks me out. They're flying type, so Thundara should be strong against them. We will run Pokemon rules here. Honestly, we're kind of ripping them. I'm surprised we're so strong. I was expecting like another step up in difficulty. Sometimes Final Fantasy games, in my experience, I got Legendary Warrior, whatever that achievement is. But I can't read it, unfortunately, as my screen is slightly too small to be able to see it successfully. This is the same enemies before, so I'm not gonna temper again. I think we'll just play a little bit defensively. Earth is probably weak to fire, maybe. I'm hoping we just kill it in 2 auto attacks. I might have like 300 health too. Holy cow. It hits quite hard. You have to be careful, even though Hubert's high-ish health still. Still quite a bit under the capacity. Looks like Tempered Temper was actually the play there. A single potion. That's actually huge for us. We'll have Eden use... Probably a good time to do a single heal and then a cura. Then a couple cures. We're actually running kind of low on white magic already. I was so sure that was another fight. The chests in here are kind of stinky, all things considered. Maybe I'm baby by getting 2 really cool swords. I'm gonna try to flee this fight. I don't want to risk the poisons. I think we could kill them. I'm hoping we just get out before anyone gets poisoned. Okay, thank goodness. I just don't want to risk too many poisons, that's really it. Incredible crit. Holy, Luce is just built different. You know, I was like, that middle chest, that chest in the center of the room is the most conspicuous chest of all time. There's no chance that that one's not monsters. So I was like, I'll go for the other one. I love Temper. It's such a cool spell. I feel like I've never seen it in another Final Fantasy game. Okay, we didn't like crit, I guess, this time. Temper is still cool. And having a red mage and a black mage to apply, it's cool. Okay, so it was monsters anyways. That's what we like to call the illusion of choice. I think we 3-turn it, unfortunately. Okay, cool. We do 2-turn it. I feel like Hubert has like a crazy variation on damage. Maybe it's not that crazy, but it feels crazy. I want to try and collect all the chests in the game. I feel like that's a pretty easy thing to accomplish, all things considered. I wonder what the poison chance is. I feel like it happened a lot more frequently before. Maybe we built up an immunity because of how many times we've been poisoned. Most of my boss fights back in the day were 1x haste and then 1,000 times temper on my warrior. Interesting. I stumbled upon it all together because like I was just like, temper is kind of cool. I wonder if it sacks, and it does seem to attack, which is really cool because Hubert was able to keep us from losing like, I think it was like an hour or so of progress with enough tempers in some dreams. I'm a little bit curious what the orchestral part of this music sounds like, so I'm gonna switch it, I think. Okay, it's a lot more whimsical than I expected, to be honest. Actually, these ogres are fairly weak to my memory. I was gonna rip some magic, but I think it's probably better just hit him. Why is Vivi doing so much physical damage? Maybe they're weak to blunt, maybe? Okay, so there's a room at the far south, it looks like. A room to the east, no room to the north. This place is kind of a maze. North is B, so we're not gonna go north. Oh, east is not B? No, north isn't B. I've been baited by the map. Thank goodness the map is here, though. It's an unfortunate ambush. Okay, it's just trying to flee. I just hope they don't, like, stone us or something. I haven't seen if they can, like, petrify, but I really don't want to be petrified. But, like, surely if anything's gonna petrify, it's either a gargoyle or, like, a snake, right? It's, like, a very Medusa-coated thing. I guess because gargoyles are traditionally made of stone. I remember when I was young, at my grandmother's place, there was a board game for... I want to say that it was the Gargoyles cartoon show. And, like, there were so many pieces you put together. There was, like, a tower and stuff to my memory. This was, like, so many years ago. I really don't remember it super well. But, like, I never knew how to play it, but I would just, like, put the whole thing together and then not play it and then take it apart. Because I was like, this is so cool, but I didn't know how to play. I don't think there's instruction booklet or anything. Smart Saver, I'm thinking that's making enough gil, probably. I could try to full screen it for myself, but I would be worried it would break it on stream. Mystic key voice. This fox has been confused by the mystic map. There's too many mystic things here. That's the real problem. If everything's mystic, nothing is mystic. Alright, I'm gonna call it out here. That really is a troll. That is a lot to take in. Oh my god, that hit 89. Holy cow, Vivi is basically always in kill range for these enemies, apparently. Which is basically how the game has always gone. Actually, let's rip the 2 cures instead. Vivi's health will be fine. Oh, we're low on white magic. Let's try to save the rest and just use potions and stuff from here on out if we can. We do have 57 potions, I realize. I don't remember buying 57 potions, but I'm glad I went for it. That was a really bold move. Alright. Monster, treasure chest, monster, left to right. So this one's gonna be the treasure chest. The other 2 are gonna be monsters. Okay, check it out. Never mind. Coral sword. No monsters. Okay, that's cool. A sword that is effective against aquatic enemies. I don't think anyone else can use the coral sword. Guess we'll put it on Hubert. A little unfortunate we got that after traversing the ocean. What is an aquatic enemy? I mean, it's probably like a Sahagin, but like how many Sahagins are we gonna run into? Maybe it's better to just run the like Mystic Sword, Rune Sword, which is more damage against magic enemies, because I'm sure we'll bump into like magical enemies. Do I just go to the shrine ASAP because it obsoleted so fast? That's totally fair. I didn't even think the shrine had anything else in it because it was so long ago. I think at the time I just discredited like those doors as like just completely inaccessible. I didn't associate them with being like actually things that we could do. I didn't have the mystic door in my head yet. Oh, the coral sword looks crazy though. I'm really surprised we're so tanky. I feel like there's a big variation in the fights we're getting here. Oh. Oh, okay. I thought you were like a friend. No, you're just Earth Elemental number 3. I'm gonna try something spicy here. I'm gonna temper specifically onto Loose. I don't know if this counts as a beast or not, but it might, and if it does, then tempering Loose could be a good idea instead. Alright, maybe it doesn't. I didn't really pay attention to it. I think there's some mystic doors in the cave southwest of the Elf City where the cave is at, so... I went back and swung to a lot of the places. 5,000 gil, leather shield. Is that the like first shield we've gotten in the game? That's crazy. Okay, Vivi can't hold it with the staff, that's fair. Okay, literally only our warrior can use shields, or at least leather shields specifically. I'm surprised, I would have expected more by now. Okay, that's a beast. You can tell by the 124 damage that that is a beast, no matter how you slice it. Excuse me, sorry. Coming through. That troll hits so hard. I mean, we may as well fight. If we try to run, it'll probably get a hit off. Yeah, it's so quick. Thankfully, Hubert has leather shield now. Incredible crit, Hubert. And Loose, too. I don't mean to discredit you. A troll is not a beast. Write that down. A troll is an aquatic creature. It's probably not an aquatic creature. We're getting a lot of preemptive strikes. I don't know what to determine them, if it's just like pure RNG or if it like goes based on your level versus the enemy or something, but I'm glad that we're getting them. Certainly better than getting ambushed. Oh, I wish we picked up teleport. Thinking about this, getting out of here later would have been so much nicer with teleport. So, to my memory, the jellies are damageable primarily with magic. So I'm going to just try and... Oh, we need to actually kill some of these for the bestiary, I think. We should try to kill at least one group of them. I don't know if the jellies are worth it otherwise. That's a cockatrice. I don't know how important the bestiary is. It might just be like a collection thingy. Okay, sleeping bag's cool. I don't think we can use it in the dungeon itself, though. I always felt like tents and sleeping bags were, like, kind of useless. They're probably not, like, that useless, and I'm not giving them enough credit. These things do no damage. They crit a 3. I didn't know enemies could crit. Maybe I didn't remember it. Maybe they have some status debuff that will make me sad if it lands. What the heck is that? That's a, oh, it's a room to a room to a room to a room. Okay. Anything on the right? Yes, it looks like there's a room on the right, so let's go for that. Cool. I wanted to fight at least one of these. I'm gonna assume that we need to use magic to kill them. We might have to go swing back and buy more lower level magic. I realize we don't have Firaga and stuff, or Fira. Whichever the AoE one is. Okay, never mind. These do not follow the same rules as the other jellies, or perhaps our damage is just higher. Okay, they're really susceptible to ice. I guess because they're red, they're strong against fire. That is how things work. They love the bat sprite in this game. Something a lot of people don't know. But they really love the bat sprite. These wargs are probably going to be quicker than us, unfortunately. I will go for a Blizzara on them, though. I think Thundaga or Thundara might have been better. Cool. I think it's worth it whenever we're in a mob fight like that to just kind of get it over with. Didn't realize that Hubert got poisoned there. Good to know. Okay, we got a preemptive strike, so I'm gonna try and flee this time. And just save the magic. I don't know how big this dungeon is. If it's gonna be a few more floors, I'd rather just like save as much as we can, because as we get to the end, using too much magic early is a bad idea. Especially if we're gonna fight monsters for fun like this. Oh my god, it's Earth Elemental number 4. I'm such a big fan. Oh, that's unfortunate. You don't love to see it. I healed just because I was scared Vivi was going to get hit. Probably wasn't worth it. So Vivi only healed one off it, so it was a little bit inefficient. Gold Needle, another cool guy. Okay, these enemies do not have any chill as we remember, so I'm going to try to get a Dia. We don't have anything for Dia. We're actually going to try and run then. Is there like MP restoration in this? Oh, they're so annoying. Okay, cool. I was like, I really hope they don't get the whole team. That is probably one of the scariest encounters in this game for me. The wargs are up there too. I mean, they're not that bad. The fact that they can poison is really inconvenient though. We did get poisoned, so we'll have to pay attention to that. It looked like the leather shield was held up for a second. Can a shield like negate damage fully on occasion? Is that what it does? That why we didn't see any? Maybe I just like hallucinated that too. I could accept that. Alright, so no more poisoners. We will be down to just using our antidotes, but we got use out of the MP at least. I'm guessing that's probably our final destination over there, so we'll just hit all the doors on the way and then call it good. Or there's a few more floors. I love how it's 9 wolves in a grid. It really is. They know how to take formation, and that's actually quite worrying. Please don't poison. Don't do it. I asked for one simple thing. I only say please don't poison. And I noticed you poisoned anyways. I know this is your rebellious phase, but I need you to chill on the poison a little bit. So we only have 9 more clears now. Because we had like, 12 or 13 at the start, but now we're down to, I guess, 8 now. Okay, the cockatrices were free, so we're just going to go for attacks on them. Especially the preemptive strike. I don't want to fall too far behind in experience. I know we're running from some fights, but again, I think a lot of it for older RPGs too is picking your battles. Do I really want to fight this enemy for access to 3 bats that are going to say Kiki? Probably. Earth Elemental number 5, I think, or is it 6? I kind of lost count now. How many tempers do I have left in the tank? Only 3 more? Let's save them. I will do a Blizzard. I don't know if it's worth it or not, though. Honestly, if it means not taking a hit, we'll take it. Luce is already missing a little bit of health anyways. Kiki, Kiki, Kiki. I literally just opted in to get Kiki'd a bunch. And I knew I was gonna, but I still did it. What if they said something cool? What if one of them was like, oh, hey, I'm a person trapped in the body of a bat. Welcome to my side quest. And I'd be like, oh, that's so cool. We are going to try and flee here. But also rip... Oh my god, we're almost out of black magic. We're also going to rip a Thundara. Looks like we failed to flee there. You make them think you're running, then you drop lightning bolts on their head. They literally never see it coming. A classic technique. Monsters for sure, yep. I'm getting tired of Earth Elementals. I haven't figured out what they're weak to yet. Okay, the fact that you can 2-hit VV is really disturbing. Please don't do that. Okay, fire is the play. That makes sense because they're greenish, so they're going to be weak to red. We should save that if we can. I'm going to try to use a potion. I think we'll kill before we need to, though. Oh, cool. At least VV shouldn't be killable without a crit now. At least we're getting some gil out of it. We're so low on supplies, though. VV is like half of a character right now. Still doing their best, and I'm very proud of them, but... being out of MP is really unfortunate. Okay, so shield can definitely like parry a shot. That's crazy. Shields are so strong. I just expected some like extra armor in that slot, not like an actual like dodge. That's so cool. I love it. Those enemies look like they could cast level 5 death on you. Hello, bat. Oh, that's the vampire. Is that why there were bats everywhere? I just put it together. But why have there been bats everywhere in the game? All things in this world are destined to end in death. The seal cannot be broken, and so the earth shall rot. You cannot alter destiny. Mere mortals cannot kill the undying. Okay, your sprite is actually so cool. I like that you're crouching so you can see eye height with us, like talking to a shorter person. That's respectable. Okay, we immediately got hit by a 6-7 and then got stunned. I really hope that stun does wear off eventually, because we've currently put all of our eggs into a stunned basket. Okay, so it looks like Vampire has passive healing over time. Do we have anything that could clear that? Stone Darkness. I think what we'll do is we'll have it so that Eden will focus as like a... Oh, I really hope that can fall off. I'm gonna put all my eggs in that basket. I'm gonna have Eden use potions and stuff every turn, I think. Oh, we can't temper anymore. So the issue is, if I go like really crazy on casting too early, it's gonna get healed off, and I don't really want to do that because we don't have that much stuff anyways. Okay, that was an incredible amount of damage. My current emotion is I wish I saved before walking in here. Okay, Gaze can almost certainly petrify. Oh my god, Hubert, please get up someday. Okay, at least it's one attack per turn. Any AoE magic and we're basically dead. I hope that that's not foreboding. Okay, okay, Lou stood up. That's big. That's big. This is turned into like a sustained fight where we're desperately trying to keep Hubert like buffed up and ready to go so Hubert can like one hit the boss. It's an interesting dynamic. I think we guess a potion here. Are you kidding me? Wait, isn't that kind of a waste? You apply that with your basic attack, don't you? That is really annoying. That's how that went down, though. Okay, yeah, no. Basic attacking is not going to do anything. This isn't awkward at all. This is fine. Everything is awesome. I'm glad we're in this position. Hubert, please stand up. I'm begging you. Thank goodness. I need you to start clobbering this guy. We should have definitely kept the other sword on. This is almost certainly a magical entity. Maybe it's not, though. What spells do we have left? We have an invis. Let's start dropping that on the Hubert. Let's just buff the crap out of Hubert. Anything we could do on Hubert, we're doing it. Alright, Hubert already does pretty incredible damage. It literally had like 250 health. Are you kidding me? I could have just killed it in like one hit, like on like turn 1 basically. That has to be a joke fight. There's got to be more to it. I don't believe it. That thing had like no health. That had like a third of the health of the last boss. There's got to be more to it. I don't believe it. Okay, we got the Star Ruby, and we do know of someone that likes to eat gems, so that's good. I am shocked at how that vampire was like glazing how it was unkillable and we one-hit it. Like, that is shocking to me. Honestly, it's a little bit alarming. Like, I know it had like health regen, but it seemed like looking at it now, it was like 5% of its health per turn. I was like, we're totally dead. Everyone's gonna end up paralyzed. We're gonna sit here, get chipped down. A stone slab is set in the floor. An evil force seems to emanate from within. Okay, so we have a stone slab with evil forces on it, and we have an orb with dimensional evil forces around it. Oh no. It seems like our white mage and black mage are either immune or have a much higher resistance to paralysis than our warrior and red mage. Maybe they just have like less aggro or something too, I don't know. But it feels like our warrior is stunned basically all the time. I still can't believe I one-hit the thing. Like, that's like, I was expecting like the battle of all time. Like, I was locked in. I wish we grabbed teleport already. Alright, we're gonna try to flee from everything we can. We do have a good chunk of money now. Hopefully we can get some of those important upgrades. Teleport would have been really nice to have here if we didn't waste all the mana for it, which we might have. Oh my god, everything in this entire dungeon can paralyze or poison, I swear. Come on, let me out. Another turn? Come on. We're getting quite unlucky with the fleeing. I mean, maybe it's not unlucky. The enemies are also failing to flee, so maybe fleeing is just like a chore in this game. We do have... Okay, I thought we had one more heal in the tank. We do not. It's should probably teach Luce how to heal as well as like a backup, because using potions is fine, but it's not exactly ideal. It's also a bit expensive, but Luce has other important spells to cast, so I don't know. Oh my gosh, Pisca demons. Those are like the enemies in the chest inside of one of the places. I don't remember. It was pretty early on though. Is a Pisca demon like a normal thing? I'm not really like super familiar with it, but I feel like I've seen the name a few times. Maybe it's just a Final Fantasy thing. Oh my god, it's 6 large guys. I bet it's impossible to get a 9 formation of these because of how big they are. Alright, apparently fleeing is really tough when they're this big of a group. Maybe we should just fight it out. Never mind, we got out. One of those start complaining and then it works out kind of situations. Yeah, having teleport to get out of dungeons like this will be so nice later on. I remember that they said that there was a portly gentleman that enjoyed eating rocks, but I don't know where that portly gentleman is. This being said, we have the rock. We also defeated the vampire, so there could also be something we gain from that town again. Don't poison. Thank you for not poisoning. That probably took a lot of restraint. It's up and then left and then down. Yeah, looks good to me. Okay, I was like, please don't just crit Vivi and kill Vivi here at the end. We've had no deaths so far in here, which is a nice treat. I think Vivi died in like the second fight, and I just was like completely cooked. We had to figure out how to revive someone in this game. Which wasn't that hard, admittedly, once we found it, but still didn't know where it was because they didn't even put it on the minimap. Okay, so the Devil's Tail Cavern of Earth. It looks like there's chests I missed, but then again, there was like a thing at the end, so it could be something I have to go through later. I feel like they said at the tip of like the peninsula or something was where we would find the like older gentleman, but I don't remember his name. I think they said he was an older guy. Okay, that is a lesser tiger, and it looks really rad, so I'm concerned about what a greater tiger might be. Running to avoid poison. We could probably kill them turn 1, but I think they'd get an attack or 2 off. I don't know if we're quick enough. I don't really know how speed works. I think it has to do with the weight, but I'm not entirely sure. Did we check down here before? Okay, so there's a place there. You know what we should be doing, though, is saving, probably, because we finished that whole dungeon, and getting caught off guard and just dying randomly would probably not be so good. It would only be 45 minutes of progress, but it would be 45 minutes of progress all the more. Okay, so we're in... Hello, Giant. You have Star Ruby. Give me Star Ruby, and I let you pass. Here you go. My man's munching away, and it immediately turns and just bites down on a Star Ruby. Crunch munch. Nothing tastier than rubies. Would you like to join our party? We're looking for a 5th Warrior of Light. Oh, you went through the wall. Okay, there's a lot of spiders in here, which I was not planning on. Second thought, let's dip out. I was thinking this was going to be like a safe PvE place. I don't know why I said PvE. Like it's... like obviously PvE is fighting. I meant like a free zone where we're not fighting things. Like a town or something. It is clearly not as such, so we should definitely go spend like the 200 gil or whatever and heal, go buy some magic and whatnot. Take a moment to like re-gear and everything, because we did just finish a dungeon and it's not too far away. And we are certainly wanting in the MP department. I was hoping I can go across the ship and I was going to call it ship skip, and I had this all like planned out in my mind, but then I couldn't go right when I was in the ship and I was like, oh gosh, now I can't say anything. I'm really glad that the hotels in this place, first of all, that this one has 2 rooms is quite nice, but that they're just like 4 beds strewn about in the corners of rooms. Not the most space efficient, but I still like them. I would like to pick up teleport if we can. Oh my god, we have so much gil. Who else could learn teleport? What, no one can learn teleport? Is this a thief spell? Are there thief spells? No way. That was like the most interesting spell in the game to me. It's fine. I'm not mad about him. I'm willing to bet Scourge's proc rate is low, but I like it thematically, so we'll buy it for VV. Oh, that's so unlucky. I can't believe it. I was like, this is the best spell in the game. So we have Life, which we probably want to put on Eden. Diaga is probably a nice pickup too. Kilara is exclusive to Eden, but Kiraga can go onto Luce. We'll have Luce be a backup healer too now. I thought there were only 3 spells of each tier. Oh no, I guess there's 4. That makes sense, because you wouldn't be able to hold all of them on one person. I think that was the logic of me bringing a red mage. You had something really expensive, right? No, you didn't. I don't think it's worth going for the long swords. I think we'll just keep finding our loot on the ground. It was the armor shop that had something really pricey. You aren't the Warriors of Light, are you? No, that's us. Vampire is dead, yet the earth is still decaying. I'm also wondering about that. The earth crystal regains its glow, life will turn to the earth, the hills and valleys will be green again. Stop by my father's shop, okay? Who's your father? I'll stop by the shop, but you gotta help me out here. Okay, so I think what we want to do is quickly go back to the elf village. I feel like the elf village was the one with a few different spells. We have some money now, and I'd like to pick up the spells that we didn't pick up before. But like right here too, like tier 3 black magic, we could probably fit in another thing or two. My goal is to never game over, I think. I try to set like arbitrary goals for myself when playing through the games like this. If we can never like hit like a game over you lose screen, I'm gonna call it like a big win for us. I think it's genuinely faster to just like quick fight with Thundara in these fights in the water just because everything dies guaranteed. The buckler is so strong. I'm guessing magic can't miss because we've seen misses on physical hits, but I don't think we've ever seen one on magic before. Which would certainly add some value to magic, though magic's already solid. The old city's down here, right? Yeah, it is. Perfect. I think this was the place that had a bunch of cool stuff in it. Okay, yeah, this is the double magic shop one. That's like what I was looking for. Alright, so we don't have Fierce. I want to give that to BB now. It's like dirt cheap. Paralyze one enemy. I'll give that to Luce, so there's something there. We have Thundara. Fokara lowers evasion of all enemies. Again, I want Luce to be like a debuffer. I think that's a nice thing. We can splash in the occasional thing, like the Kiraga or whatever we have. But I think we should focus primarily on keeping Luce as like a debuffer slash buffer. Sounds more fun that way anyways. Instead of just having like a split healer and DPS, which is still fine. Don't get me wrong. Okay, that white mage shop is really tough to get to. Oh, this is where Link is. Here lies Link. Brutal. Alright, so Kira, Diara, Null Blaze, and heal. I guess we'll go for... I can't imagine we're literally going to ever use Null Blaze, but it's at least interesting, so we'll go for it. but I can't imagine there's going to be a ton of use cases for reducing fire damage for the party. If we fight a dragon at some point, I'm going to drop the fattest Null Blaze of all time. I genuinely don't think it's possible for a more intense Null Blaze. Poison, that could be good to grab on loose too to spread out our stuff. Haste is there. I'll grab Null Frost so that Loose can keep the theming. And we'll put Fear onto Eden just to fill up the slot. Could be useful. I don't know if we'll ever cast it, but I like the idea of collecting all the magic on the way. We have a team for it, so... Okay, so we have Sleeper, put one enemy to sleep. Double one ally's number of attacks. Causes enemies to turn each other, and then ice damage all enemies. I'll put Sleeper onto Vivi, and then Confuse onto Loose. Now we have all the magic at least. I don't know if that was worth spending down all of our money. It felt good enough to do it, I guess. I don't know. I just can't imagine Null Frost. Like, maybe if I have, like, the preemptive knowledge of Null Frost being, like, useful against, like, an enemy that's going to do a ton of, like, ice magic. But in my mind, like... I feel like it's quite unlikely for me to notice what type of magic, or like be able to predict what type of magic an enemy is going to use. Interesting, there's a dock on the outer part of this town. I didn't realize. Are there any other outer docks? Yeah, there's a few on the east side there on the map, it looks like. I just realized there's like a whole desert and stuff to the north and like a tower in the middle of it. I was literally only thinking about this continent, and I feel like the other continent wasn't there the whole time. I should probably not waste too many Thundars. I guess we can just waste Thundars. We'll heal up when we get to the city that's at the dock there, and then we'll go into the Earth Temple. No, it wasn't Earth Temple. Giant's Rock place. Started to master the art of traveling diagonally. It should, in theory, unless they like double your encounter rate every time you move diagonally, it should get us about half as many encounters than if we went like up and then left. Which I know sounds like dumb, but like, come on, I'm just walking around the world map. I gotta find something to keep it spiced up. I'm actually quite impressed with Vivi's physical damage. It's higher than I would have expected. Oh, let's switch back to classic music too, I forgot. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I like the classic music though. Not that the new stuff is bad or anything. Oh, I lost my YouTube chat. I must rescue YouTube chat. I'm sorry for losing you. Never beating the allegations of ignoring YouTube chat, but I swear YouTube chat's important to me. You gotta believe me. It's just my specific setup makes it tough to have YouTube chat not break all the time. All right, let's go over to here. Go in our... Oh, there's a 6-person room over there. Hold on, maybe we can recruit the giant. I thought that was going to be another 4-bed. I didn't look at it when we went past last time. I just saw the edge of it after we healed. Imagine they give us 2 more party members. It's like giant and vampire that got 1 hit. I don't believe that vampire is dead for an instant, by the way. That died way too easy. We're absolutely going to fight a harder version of that vampire later. Mark my words. If those enemies attack twice, that's good to know. We haven't seen many enemies that have 2 instances of damage, but those can be really problematic, I think. If you got 1 strength up, enemies better be shaken. Oh, Giant's Cave has 2 entrances, okay. So going through this is probably how we get to the person, because it looks like this leads to the end of the area. I don't think Warwick Wolves can poison. I think only the green ones can, so we're probably good. Green ones also have regen though, so maybe those green ones are just juiced out of their mind. I like the angry eyebrows the warrior has when you walk in the world. I guess the warrior has angry eyebrows everywhere. I wonder what makes an enemy flee too. Is it like something that's just like in their coding to attempt to flee every now and then? Or is it just like, I saw 2 allies die, therefore I rolled a flee? I don't know if I've ever seen one succeed either. Maybe only 1. Okay, great axe. That is a great axe if I were to classify it. Looks like 4% accuracy down, but 3 damage up. Large axe made for battle. It seems very warrior coded. Let's do it. We'll move the Werebuster. Honestly, I think the Werebuster might be worth keeping because everything seems to be some kind of beast. 620 gil, 450 gil, and a mithril helm. It's my first hat piece as well. I must have missed like hat pieces in the armor shop. That's probably something I should try to gear everyone up with. I will do that Tarantula flea because I really don't want to risk more poison. Didn't look like anyone was poisoned, you gotta believe me. We have so much magic now, it's quite satisfying. Once you get further into it, you get more cast of your lower tier magic, you can really start to just use it. Okay, so the Giant's Cave is actually just like nothing, and I like prepared for like a boss fight and stuff. This is definitely where the person is that we're supposed to see. I think we just failed to play against the like first enemy in the game. That's unlucky. Okay, this is the music from Matoya's Cave to my memory. Oh, I didn't change the music back. Let me do that. Doesn't look like we can search any of the jars. So you were the ones, oh, Sada, that's what it was, who defeated the vampire, eh? He was but a servant. The beast corrupting the earth crystal lurks much deeper within the cavern. Here, take the staff with you and use it behind the... Oh, God, the vampire's chamber. Thanks for the earth rod. Alright, well, that explains why we missed some treasure chests, at least. Well, back we go to the earth dungeon. I guess we never found the earth crystal, which people were talking about, so... we'll probably have to swing back there. In Final Fantasy 3, at least, I'm going to call back to 3 a lot because that's the one I played so much as a kid. But in Final Fantasy 3, there was like a lot of times where you would find like a crystal and that would unlock like a bunch of jobs and stuff for you, which was really, really nice. Really unfortunate preemptive strike with these enemies. If one more person gets poisoned, I'm gonna go back to town. I should have just killed him. We failed like so many plays now. Oh, it's the opposite of preemptive strike, whatever that is. Ambush? That's totally it. I forgot we were poisoned. Alright, we'll continue on. I don't really want to swing back. Maybe having more armor is making us fail the runs more, though. If weight does contribute and it's like a team-based thing, then having that Mithril Helm on will probably make us run less. Never mind. Maybe we just got unlucky a few times. I was totally right about the vampire. We're absolutely gonna fight like a super vampire at some point. Okay, this is a scary fight. I should have gone for like DI or something cool. Gonna do a heal to tip off basically everyone. Not fully, but close enough. Alright, so we have to run through this again, which is a bit of an annoying dungeon to get through twice, but that's okay. At least we don't have to go in the bonus rooms this time, so maybe it'll be quicker. Maybe I should just fight the things on preemptive strikes for the XP. I just had Flee queued up as our auto ability, so I was like, we'll do it. I'm just trying to avoid damage. I don't know how much more dungeon is left. It might be we go into that area and then it's like, I'm the super vampire, and then that's just we fight the super vampire and that's it. Could also be another like 3 or 4 floors, so I'm trying to think with that in mind. Hubert is so tanky. almost thought about going without a warrior too, but I just thought the warrior looked cool, so I was like, let's do it. We're definitely getting quite strong. I keep changing who I'm walking as in the overworld. I can't help it. Normally I pick to walk as like the white mage in these games because I really like how white mage robes look. I actually have a really cool looking white mage poster that I got from a charity event a long time ago. I should put it up at some point, but I have a lot of posters that are just basically sitting in storage. I always think, what if I'm going to move soon and then I don't put up the stuff? I'll do it once I get a house one day. Procrastinating is kind of my thing, though. Not like my strong point. It's either I'll get it done immediately or it takes a long time to get it done. It's really a toss-up depending on what it is. Where's the off-ramp here? Ah, right. Okay, we have to go all the way around. That's what it is. I was looking for the symbol for the next floor. Getting a few attacks off early is kind of better against these ghasts, though. Not letting them have a chance to hit us with paralysis, or at least minimizing how many are alive for the paralysis, is quite good. So weird that these jellies are so susceptible to physical damage. I was assuming that after we saw the first ones, oh, okay, here are the enemies that are only like, you can only cast magic to kill them meaningfully. But no, apparently not. Really good encounter on the way back in. Very few poison enemies in general, let alone getting poisoned. Excuse me, Bat, could you move a little bit? Thank you, you're so kind. Hit me with in the supermarket, like going down the same aisle as someone, but they're coming towards you. Oh man, if I was like, I used to say like walking down the hallway at school, you could tell that I'm like old now, because it's not like walking down the hallway at school and trying to like move out of the way of someone oncoming. It's like going down the aisle of a supermarket. You hit the event horizon of starting to talk about the supermarket more than like things that happened in school, and you're like, uh-oh, where did the years go? Alright, finally, okay. I know I said that preemptively, but we are at the area to use the Earth Rod. Honestly, a pretty decent walk back. Okay, so these enemies can petrify. These went from, like, easy to farm to can kill us entirely, and that's very scary. Did I say before we came in here? I meant to, I don't think I did. Okay, are you still petrified? Uh-oh. I know we have a few gold needles. All right, we have a good chunk of them. That's really scary because I don't think we can survive too many of those. Like, we have a few stone removals, but I'm not risking cockatrices anymore. Oh yeah, it's like a whole dungeon still. All right. Looks like southwest is the only other place we need to go for loot, and then northwest for the next floor. I'm gonna start spending magic. We have plenty of it now. Like, look how much extra stuff we have. We also have fear, which is a nice bonus, because I feel like a lot of enemies are just naturally weak to fire. Maybe they aren't. Wow, the animation is so cool, though. I mean, I am kind of weak to fire. I think it's, like, pretty standard. Okay, that's exactly what I thought it'd be like. Two trolls is scary because in one turn they can kill Vivi. I'm gonna preemptively use potions. I want to save some because potions can be used by non-healers, which is important. Alright, no poison, that's lucky. Assuming the other two enemies can't apply a debuff, we're in good business here. Cool, 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 cool. It's actually quite intense having limited, like, ways to clear debuffs, or just, like, not really being able to feasibly clear one. I don't know if we can buy those needles. Maybe we could have bought them from a shop. Would have been a good idea to do so. I'm gonna go for a Dia here. Actually, we have Diara. That's in a pretty strong tier. We also have Diaga as well, but that's in another strong tier. We'll just do the default one. It's probably pretty solid damage anyways. Okay, those two are just so susceptible to getting paralyzed. Cool, Dia is just fine. It's that or a cure, and I think in this case, using a Dia to clear out that encounter is more important than an extra cure. Genuinely, I don't know if Vivi and Eden can be paralyzed. They probably were before, but like, man, they just never get paralyzed. I wonder if there's some statistic like the specific classes are more susceptible to debuffs. These are all 3 enemies for sure. That is Shadow of a Doubt monster number 1. What the heck is that? A Hyanodon? I don't like the way it's looking at me. Ogre Mage. And it's a mage because it's blue. It still has a big old club. We don't have the weapon that's strong against magical enemies anymore. I don't know. I don't think sleep is worth it. I'm gonna just go for an attack. I hope they're not too strong. Specifically the Ogre Mage I'm quite concerned about. Okay, it casts Dark, which hit our spellcasters, which I don't think we can clear very easily, unfortunately, but magic should be 100% accurate. We might have a few eye drops too. I think it's eye drops traditionally. Oh, actually, I think we might have a spell to clear it too, don't we? No, we don't. We have silence. We do have eye drops. Oh, okay. It looks like it wears off after battle. That's good. I expected 2 more fights here, so it's not a big surprise. It's the same encounter, so I'll just do the same thing. Is Blink the one where it becomes higher evasion? I guess we're good for doing a Blizzara here then. They're pretty generous amount of experience, so I'm not super upset about fighting them. I'm a little nervous because seemingly there's a pretty strong moveset from that Ogre Mage. Alright, we expected Monster 3. There's Monster 3, same exact encounter. We'll do the same thing. Hopefully it goes for Blink again or just basic attack on Hubert or something. Okay, see, that's the kind of thing that I was afraid of. At least there's only 60 damage. Because that was like 150 or something, like that really hurts. Mithril Shield, an already huge upgrade shield-wise. I don't think Luce can use one. What a shame. That's so much defense up. What the heck? If Hubert spent less time paralyzed, I genuinely think we would just be like in it. The enemies are not holding back on the debuffs. We'll just do normal attacks here. I'm so proud of Hubert of not getting CC'd there. Wonder how a thief would have played versus a warrior. I feel like I've missed out a little bit on that. Oh no, these are the things I didn't want to fight. Ugh. I forgot cockatrices were actually like a big threat. Heck. Unfortunate. We will continue to fight it out. Thinking a Thundara is probably enough to clear them. Assuming that if Eevee just like randomly gets rocked, we're kind of done. They literally just... Oh, is Hubert not damageable when Hubert's stone? I feel like that's a thing in some of the games where if you get petrified, you can't take damage. I was wondering why they kept missing. Okay, these enemies drop gold needles, so that's something. It kind of paid for itself, that encounter. Still very stressful, because I think if we all get stoned, we just lose, so I'd really rather not risk it. So there's a single room to the far west, and then I'm guessing the final room to the north, but if there's nothing to the north, we just need to go west. There's nothing else to do. Double troll is a little bit annoying. Okay, if they hit Uber for 3, they're not annoying at all. And I was mistaken for saying that. They hit Vivi, it's more annoying though. Vivi is my gentle flower that should not be hit. I feel like Hail Gigas was like a boss in a Final Fantasy game. I don't know why. Also, this looks nothing else like the other Gigas we saw. It was a worm. I think it's called Gigas at least. Well, I had about as much health as the other boss we just killed. I can't believe that vampire had like 200 health. I don't think these are actually undead. I was gonna go for a Dia, but we don't have cures anyways. It's nice that if you put on like the auto battle button, it also speeds it up, so you can just use it to get through the attacks a little bit quicker. Luce is down about 100 health. It's probably worth healing now. Vivi is also down about 100. Oh, we got a Crucier to drop. I think that's what we're currently using on Vivi. Is it? We have Powered Staff. We can't. Oh, right. That was the thing for our warrior. It's so weird, right? So strange. I don't know what the point of that item is. Alright, let's potion up a little bit. Okay, do we win? Who speaks to me? I am the vampire you thought you defeated. Okay, never mind, it's Lich. I am he who feeds on the power of earth. I will not be disturbed by mortal men. I am the Lich, fiend of earth. Okay, that's actually quite freaky looking. Well, let's hit up All Reliable. Okay, this thing has infinite defense, actually. This might not work. Might be a spellcast boss. I don't know if slow does too much to us. Okay, the enemy actually gets multiple attacks per turn. Oh no, I just had auto battle on. Whoops. That was a wasted turn for sure. A really bold thing to do when we have a good chunk of time on the line every time we lose. But we're not going to lose, so it's fine. Wonder if we should try something. I don't think we can clear slow. This is totally an undead enemy. Look, it's a skeleton. We can Diaga the heck out of this guy. Heck'em. Okay, yeah, that's an incredible amount of damage. Okay, Temper might not be the play against this enemy, but I'm still gonna commit to it. What does hold do? Ubert's one weakness. But do you think I should go for like a Null Blaze? I'm gonna do a Null Frost on a whim. I got a funny feeling this dude's got a Blizzara in his repertoire. I'll see how magic does. Let's start there. Okay, Null Frost looks really cool. I'm glad I cast it. Nothing else, Diaga does like an incredible amount of damage. Oh, Viraga looks so cool. I am perhaps the smartest streamer of all time. Haters will say that I looked it up ahead of time. Believers will know that there's no chance I had the foresight to do that. That was really nice, though. I'm glad that that panned out exactly like that. Very satisfying. I'm not gonna Null Blaze. I don't think you've got a fire spell on you. You're undead. You probably focus on ice and stuff. I'm so satisfied that that worked out. The amount of smugness I'm feeling right now. Oh, we do have a Darkness Cure. I didn't realize. Okay, that is also Luce's one weakness, so that's unfortunate. It's really getting close to dead. It has a lot more health than our previous enemy, but still. We've got 2 really spicy spellcasters ready to go. Okay, there it is. So Hubert did not in fact carry. I'm so glad we just opted to go pick up a bunch of spells. That Null Frost was crazy. The absolute foresight. Me like Null Frost is going to be useless. Also me. It's the best spell in the game. It wouldn't have made that much of a difference in actuality, but it did feel really satisfying to pull off. All right, the Earth Crystal. So are we going to have to do all 4 of them? I feel like this is the first crystal we've done. Which is weird, since we've been playing the game for a chunk of time now. We restored the Earth Crystal's light. This is the altar of Earth from which the power of Earth flows forth. I wonder if the town's going to look different or if they're going to be like, it's still healing. Leave yet? Hold on, actually. I don't want to leave yet. No chests in the overworld, no doors I'm missing or anything. No, it doesn't look like it. I hope I got all the treasure chests. I didn't keep track of how many there were. Let's take a look. We missed 5 of them. We'll have to swing back at some point. I'd like to go heal up and stuff now, though. So I wonder where we're supposed to go. Whoops, I should probably not be doing Diaga and stuff. I didn't realize that's what we had queued up. It makes sense. Alright, Firaga will clear them out very quickly. There we go, that's better. Let's go through the cave first, I think, and go see if that old gentleman that lives on the edge of the island will say anything to us. Alright, let's go poke through here really quick. No battles? Sweet, love it. Can't get enough of it. Oh, the Hyanodons are just normal world enemies here. I thought they were just some like the unique chest enemies. Then again, I thought that the Pisca demons were like that too, but they popped up as well. Hopefully this wasn't a waste of time, but if nothing else, we'll probably get like a little bit of lore or something. Restore the crystals to grace. Alright, that was like... that was a little bit less lore than I was hoping for. Wise Wolf, I appreciate the hydrate redeem. You know what? I have been drinking water. You stay hydrated as well, though, of course. Ah, yes, water. I saw that next week they were warning that we were going to have like almost 40 degrees Celsius temperatures here, and I was like, brutal. Comfy stream for a hot day. I'm glad to hear. I know it's different from what I usually do, but man, I really like games like this. I think it's perfect to like wrap out a week. We have 40 today, it's brutal. Try to stay cool. No, I thought we made it out of the cave. It doesn't really matter. Just the little things, you know? Alright, let's go back to town and see if they have anything for us. It's manual. I'm gonna take a nap. I think naps are so comfy. I don't get to take naps super often. I feel like I usually just lay there, but when I take a nap, I am like, ow, I'm zonked. They're rare, but they're great when they come. Alright, so let's heal up. I guess we'll talk to people here. We still don't know about the dad shop, but we cleaned up the loose end about the giant that eats rocks and the vampire and whatnot. Restore the crystals to grace. Everyone says restore the crystals to grace now. Warriors of light, this could not happen with Ucha. The Earth's meddling is in Ver is coming back. Gave us up the tip is a man named Sada. He's a wise man who knows much. I'm just a farmer. Okay, the Earth is returning to normal. Great. Stop by my father's shop. I wish you would be like, my father's shop is on the blah, 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 blah. And I'd be like, all right, cool, I'll go there. It doesn't seem like there's anything else here we can really do. We'll poke around and see what we can find. I'm sitting like a croissant. I don't know why I always do it. It's just so easy when I'm playing something comfy to just kind of like completely collapse and turn my spine into a croissant. Alright, so where can we go? I mean, the whole ocean is like free to us, right? Why don't we try to keep on this continent? Let's swing around, I guess, the southeast coast and see if there's somewhere we can go there. We weren't told to go anywhere. Oh, you know what? There was an NPC in the first town that said, talk to me if you ever need to know where to go, right? Let's go do that really quick. We haven't been to the first town in a while anyways. Those eyeballs are so freaky. Alright, it's Cornelia, which is right over there. Surely she'll say something useful for us. I actually quite like games that don't like... Obviously, this wasn't quite the era for it, but like plop up a quest guide and it's like, go here for your next spot and stuff. I like having to try and figure it out a little bit and actually read. This being said, I got a feeling this might be a little cryptic at times. Whoops, you're not the dancer, you're the dancer. Well, I thought you were the one that's supposed to say something to me. I could have sworn they said the dancer would say something. I don't know what else to tell you. How about we have a dance? The dancer is also dumbfounded on what to do. Let's just go explore. There's no downside to that, right? Yeah, so we have a dock on the eastern side there. I don't actually see any docks on the northern island, so it looks like it's just those two eastern docks. There's a northeastern dock as well that we can get to, but it all involves around going outside of the limits that we have now. So let's go, I guess, for a boat trip for a while. Really wish I could get that teleport spell. It seems so nice. It's so unfortunate. We're gonna be doing a lot of running, so we're gonna be doing a lot of traveling here, and I don't think it's worth fighting the Sahagins. They do a little bit of chip damage to us, but they really don't do that much. As long as we can get away from time to time, we should be good. I'm hoping this is the right plan. It might be completely off the nose, but I don't know where else to go. Perhaps there's just some NPC we didn't talk to in that town that was like, to the far east you must travel to find the water crystal. I'll be like, oh sweet, the water crystal. I was a little concerned when we came down here the enemies were going to be much stronger, and they're not, and I'm glad. I figured that would be a pretty obvious deterrent that we shouldn't be here, but they seem to be the same enemies. Wonder how much of this game you can do out of order too, thinking about it, because like, perhaps you could have just skipped that whole area and gone here first. Or this is completely wrong and we'll have to go back. I should save on a related note. Before we get pulled into a whirlpool and die to a kraken or something. Unfortunate ambush. We're gonna sit through 8 attacks first. Hopefully we can get the run right away afterwards, but long encounter. I think this is the first time I've been like completely unsure as to what to do though in the game. We're getting close? Yeah, we're getting real close to it. Alright, well, let's poke around and see what we can find. Oh, it's the cool moon-shaped water area that we saw before on the map. Okay, well, Hill Gigas we fought once before, so seeing two of them's not that strange. This feels promising. This feels like the progression point. They're actually quite strong though, so we need to be a little careful. More XP than the boss just was. There is a town in the middle of the Moon Island. Alright, cool, let's go there. That's at least something. That's progress, you know? No castle, but they have walls up anyways. Crescent Lake. New magic. An inn. Check out the item shop to see if they sell anything to cure paralysis yet. Probably also want to grab some better potions in the meantime. I don't want to go too crazy on them though. Remedy is all ailments except stone and KO, so that probably works on the paralysis, but they're so expensive I really don't want to invest in them. I want to check out the magic shop first because there might be something really cool there. I know I went to the weapon shop, but I was curious and it was on the way. Mithril knife, mithril sword, mithril hammer, mithril axe. So we're up to mithril tier at least. Which is weird that it comes like after rune, I guess. Back was doing my homework and stuff. No worries whatsoever. Welcome back, Lily. Nice to see you. Okay, well, that's curing stone. It's so expensive. Okay, another spell we can't learn. Exit. Protera. Exit would be so nice. Invisora as well and Protera are quite strong. Very expensive, mind you, but quite strong. Thundaga, Death, Quake, and Stun. I'm thinking Thundaga's probably the best investment out of all these for now. Depending on Quake's hit rate. Quake's usually a pretty strong spell too. My husband is always traveling. In the little time he's home, he sleeps all day. I think he needs to get his priorities straight. Honestly, that's totally valid. I understand where you're coming from. Okay, so this town actually just has nothing in it. Like, actually nothing. We got 0 information, but maybe there's more. I mean, there's still one more place we can dock, so there's more to do. What I missed, last I checked, we were putting the vampire. We one-hit the vampire. We got the star ruby. We brought it to the giant. The giant ate it, let us through. We talked to, I forgot his name, Saba, I think it was, something like that. Gave us the earth rod. We went back. We fought we went through the rest of the earth tower. We cleansed the earth crystal by defeating the lich, and now I'm completely lost on what to do. So I'm poking around the world. I guess the nice thing about the island is that it has good magic, but past that, not too much exciting. I did get the first crystal. I tried to talk to people, even the dancer, that they're like, just talk to the dancer anytime you're lost. And the dancer was like, I have nothing to tell you. And I was like, great. But there is another place to dock, so I'm hoping that's where we need to go. Grabbing some XP and money on the way. I'll have to remember that the spells are there, though. And Crescent Moon, is that what it's called? Crescent Island? Crescent Lake. Interesting this comes before the other ones on the map. Wonder why. Surely we weren't meant to come here first. These enemies are stronger. Apparently we get ambushed on the boat a lot. We need to be a little bit more attentive, I think. Alright, let's go up to the other spot, see if there's something there. Was it in this peninsula? It was. I guess it's a cove, not a peninsula. Peninsula is the thing sticking around the edge. The cove is the central peninsula entry point. It's a very nautical stream. Something about water like this really takes me back to Final Fantasy VII. Okay, so we can also dock to the north there, but I think we can lead to the same area. Wait, is this connected to the start? I see that I was in a town over there. What town is that? Pravoka. Okay, so there's almost certainly nothing here then, right? It looks like we need a canoe to go through there, assuming that it's like Final Fantasy 3. Maybe it was 6 with the canoe, I don't remember. Alright, well. I think at least. I'm gonna try, I guess I'll try to walk up to Pravoka. I'm pretty sure we can walk up there though. I don't think there's a place to land on the upper island. Yeah, we can just walk up to Pravoka from here, so it's certainly not this. Maybe there's someone we missed in a Crescent Island town place. Apparently we're bad at playing against Warg and Wolfwarg. Or Warg and Wolf. Did I say Warg, Wolf, Warg? The wolf things, we're not good at running from them. They're called wolves, not wargs. Although, aren't wargs and wolves like the same thing? It's a lot of Sahagins. I remember where to go from here. Where do we go from here? Or at least like drop me a crumb of where I should ask about it. Because I don't know. Wow, we get ambushed a lot in the boat. Maybe there are just certain encounters that have a guaranteed ambush on them. I don't really know how it works. It's interesting. Out of breath sage voice. Oh no, did those adventurers leave our fair town of Crescent Lake already? Darn my old legs. Was there actually something there? I swore I spoke to everyone in Crescent Lake. I'm surprised. Surely you weren't supposed to talk to, like, the church guy. That's, like, the one person I didn't talk to, I think. I do like the amount of effort you're putting into hints, though. Oh, I really hate these things. Okay. 1, I hate them. 2, holy ouch. What the heck? Just in case we don't fight again, I think I'm gonna heal up when we get back. Those weird centipedes had 0 chill. Arguably negative chill, to be honest. Alright, so what can we do here? There's like 4 NPCs and oh no. There's a whole second part of town. And there's like a cult of sages and 1 sage that looks slightly more important than the rest. 12 sages we are, guided to this land by stars and prophecy. 4 great crystals exist in this world. The light that once shone within them is now lost. The 4 fiends of chaos block the power of the crystals, claiming it as their own. Fire, earth, water, and wind. These are the 4 forces that compose of our world. The source of the 4 forces are the altars scattered throughout the world. Defeat the fiends that have taken root there, and lift up the crystals you carry to the altar. The crystal should regain its brilliance. The 4 fiends plot to rule the world both past and present. Past and present. The Fiend of Wind appeared 400 years ago, followed 200 years later by the Fiend of Water. Together they laid waste to civilizations in the north. Alright, so fire is down here then. The Fiend of Earth rots the land. Where the Fiend of Fire passes, all is engulfed in flame. When all 4 crystals shine once more, return here, all will be revealed. Bring the light of the 4 crystals to us, warriors of light, only you can do this. The volcano Mount Gulg rises to the west of this town. The Fiend of Fire long slept within its passages, but she awoken to 200 years before her time. Vanquish her before the world is consumed in flame. Well done, warriors of light. We have defeated the Fiend of Earth and restored the Crystal's light. Sadly, this has drawn the notice of the Fiend of Fire, who was not to have started for another 200 years. Take this canoe and go face the Fiend. I knew it would be a canoe. I could feel it in my bones that there was going to be a canoe. I am Lucan. I see a cycle of wrath, a dim light, guided by destiny, in which our entire future revolves. Somehow you were like the least logical of the 12 sages, but you were the only named one. Sweet, alright, well we have a canoe now. Oh, look at us in our little canoe. I love it. I really like the background for this. The canoe sage was the one running after you out of breath. Oh my gosh, that poor canoe sage. Alright, that croc actually has a ton of health. Alright, so I'm guessing Mount Golg is that circle right next to our cursor. It looks like a lot of these paths just dump out into the water. I wonder if it's a maze or if there's actually things at the end. It looks like it's a maze. Whoa, Neochu's kind of freaky. I don't know where it starts and where it ends. Alright, we actually have a little bit of poison problem again. So more than a little bit annoying. I'm gonna just burn it, I think. Surely this thing is weak to fire. Not weak enough. Dang, that's tanky. Holy experience. It's very interesting to me that our damage, like we're hitting hundreds and stuff, but our strength is only like 23 and whatnot. I like when the damage numbers or the stat numbers aren't like too wonky. I was pretty upset, not upset, but when Final Fantasy XIV opted to keep raising their level cap past 100, I was like, that's not very Final Fantasy of you. I haven't played Final Fantasy XIV in a long time. Okay, I need them to not double hit, because the Vivi is in real grave danger when that happens. Oh my god, I had auto attack on 07 Vivi. Remember when I got the canoe the first time too? Enemies were so scary suddenly. They apparently are. Very scary. I'm gonna Phoenix Town because I don't want Vivi to lose out on the experience. Oh, I forgot we have life now too. Hopefully it goes in the order I'd like it to. Alright, they attack, so it doesn't matter the order now. Would have been nicer if Hilara was later on, but that's okay. Luz should kill one of them at least. Don't do it. I know that you want to hit Vivi once, but don't do it. Alright, cool. I didn't want Vivi to miss out on XP. They give like 5,000. There's so much experience we're getting now. This is probably going to be like a growing pains part where everything is so strong that we're going to be taking a lot of damage. That's definitely Mount Golg. If I've ever seen a Mount Golg, it was this. How are we meant to cross lava? Oh, I think I know how we're gonna cross lava. I don't remember if it was in Final Fantasy 3 or another Final Fantasy, but we're probably gonna take damage every frame we're on it. Or every step we take, probably not every frame. Guessing Blizzard is going to be our best friend here. Not necessarily against these enemies, but in general, I think it's going to be quite strong. Okay, so it looks like there's no loot here in any of the corners. Okay, that's totally what it is. All right, well, we're going to put Eden to the test. Pyrolisk, so I assume it's a cockatrice and can still stone. This being said, I feel like we really need experience right now, so I'm not going to hesitate to fight basically everything we can. We may need to dip and come back at some point. I should have saved before coming in here. I think that literally every time. Surely Blizzara just cooks these ones. Perfect. We only have a few of them in the tank though, so we don't want to go too crazy on them. What is this place? Look at that room over there. Whoops. So technically speaking, we could just leg it across and skip everything, but there is like a plethora of presumably treasure chests with enemies in them. So let's go brave the maze, I suppose. I really don't like these enemies. I'm like kind of okay on bugs, some kind of freak me out, but these ones freak me out a lot. I don't like them. They're clearly up to no good. Some of them might even have no enemies in them. I doubt it. I'm expecting everyone to have enemies in it. Okay, one tried to flee. Maybe that heal arrow was extra. It wasn't that much extra at least. I think we'll just swing out for the last few. I'm willing to bet we can auto attack kill most of them as long as they don't hit Vivi too many times. Very convenient. Okay, at least we got him for the bestiary too. So much experience. I'm looking for the ones that give us a huge amount of HP up instead of just like 2 HP. I knew it'd be monsters. I could feel it in my bones. Do you know Blizzara? Or Blizzard? You don't know anything? Oh my god, Null Blaze is probably going to be really useful here. Alright, you know what? I was talking too much smack about the Null spells actually. I've learned my lesson. I was like, I need to be careful not to spend all of my Blizzaras. Also me dumping every single Blizzara on every encounter we've had so far. Alright, Preemptive Strike means we just swing out, we save MP for sure. Especially if it's just one of them, we might even be able to kill it one turn. Not quite. Probably still worth saving the MP for. Could have also done like a normal Blizzard as well. I knew it. They are like so obsessed with monsters and chests in this game, I swear. We have one Blizzara left in the tank. I guess I'll just do normal Blizzards from here on out. I'm glad that the difficulty ramped up a little bit. Oh, okay, that's kind of a waste of another heal, that's okay. But also it scares me. Having one hit that boss, I was a little bit concerned we were going to steamroll the whole time. But Mount Gulg has actually no chill. Alright, so there's 2 more treasure chests on the side. I guess we'll just go through the whole maze and loot everything we can. When we come back, like what we can do, oh, this is a rough fight. What we can do is we can like swing back through and just skip all this stuff and run across the lava and heal. So if we need to dip out, I don't think we're in that bad of shape. Our health is looking okay, but these enemies hit really hard. I'm gonna go for Thundaga, and hopefully with the fact that that's a high level spell, it'll be enough to wipe out a bunch of them. They can poison as well, because of course they can. That was really good damage. Unfortunately, we took 2 poisons out of it, but I think we can just swing basic attacks to clear out most of them, assuming they don't like multi-hit the same people. Alright, spicy, but it should probably be like, yeah, I was gonna say 10,000 experience, but I guess I'll settle for 6,000. It's unfortunate, it says 6,000 and is 6,000 experience, but it's 6,000 spread across a few different people. So it's actually more like, you know, 1,500, which is fine. Let's use up more of those potions. Alright, one chest on the left. Every fight is like a mini boss fight. Definitely harder than the vampire was. I think I'll just do a normal blizzard. I'm willing to bet we can one-hit everything, assuming that no one turns. Apparently, Gaze just instantly kills, so Hubert is dead. Every fight is now a boss. That is not what I expected. Oh my goodness, chill. What the heck is going on? They immediately went from like not a threat at all to super threatening. I thought getting stoned was bad. Gotta go buy more Phoenix Downs too. Let's try to clear this room and then we'll dip out and go resupply. I think we'll have a good chunk of money. Okay, that literally just had Gil in it. We're actually rich. Should've done the other chest first, would have cut out on a lot of steps we're gonna be taking. Oh, I'm so scared to fight these now. We gotta though, we gotta get stronger. We can't run away from everything because we won't get stronger. I'm gonna do a Thundara, because they're flying types, they need to be weak to lightning. No gaze, no gaze, no gaze. Just don't roll gaze, that's it. Alright, cool, cool, cool. That's better. I don't remember fire elementals being that bad. I think we'll just econ here. Again, I just want to make it through the room, then we'll dip. It's not too bad to get back to Crescent Lake. Though some of the fights on the way are spicy, admittedly. Look at that experience, though. Holy moly. That is one great sword if I've ever seen a sword that was truly great. Oh, interesting. It's effective against giants. So I guess the great is more referring to like fighting great enemies. That's so cool. I actually really like the themed swords that are slightly better against specific things. Alright, preemptive strike means we just swing out. We should be able to kill just fine here. More preemptive strikes, please. Thank you. I think this is probably the hardest encounter on the floor. So anytime we see it, it's not a good thing. I don't know if it's worth rolling for the sleep or not. I don't think it is. I think this is just attack, attack. Preempt a heal if we have one. And then rip some sort of AoE magic. Alright, getting 2 of them on turn 1's good. As long as they don't do poisoning, it's not so bad, but they have a lot of heckin' health, but they do give a lot of heckin' experience, so it kind of balances it out. I don't think we kill this turn. I think 1 will survive. Maybe we'll be lucky. Depends on the order of attacks. Alright, 1 will survive, but that's okay. Cool. Didn't get to attack again. It's just so much experience that we can't afford to skip them. Thunder them all? Good call. Good to see you, T. How are you today? Alright, that room, I swear on everything, that room is just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 monster battles. There are going to be 12 monster battles exactly in that room, all in chess. As a horned devil. Good, waiting for my Arby's. Sounds like a great Friday for you. I haven't had Arby's in so long. I used to love getting the, I forget what it's called. It was like the sandwich you'd get and they'd give you like the little like dipping cup with him. Those were really good. These enemies all know Fira. That's actually really scary. Horned devils are the worst. I'm starting to believe you. I was just kind of letting it auto battle and thinking about yummy food, and now they're kind of cooking me literally. They actually do so little damage though. Like, I'm surprised. They do consistent damage, I'll give them that, but they don't do that much otherwise. Okay, Okay, Uber got one of the HP ups that's significant, a 30 jump, so hopefully get more of those soon. We're running fairly low on our available spells. Okay, Gil and monsters. Again, I don't mind the double fire elemental. I think this is one of the most tame fights we can get. I think it's only in chest too, which is a shame. I would be happy with this in the overworld, to be honest. It's just the enemies that can one-hit you or hit you with the debilitating debuffs, which is really unfortunate. Gil is quite nice, though. It looks like there's an optional enemy standing in the hallway there, which I will fight because I'm trying to kill all of them, but I'm surprised. It looks like you can just walk around them to get to the treasure room. Maybe they're like a mini-boss for the treasure room and it's all just treasure. There's no chance. It's all monsters. I'm not going to believe anything else. Heck, I was hoping we got killed before one extra attack. It's close. Yeah, there's just an enemy standing there. We'll fight him. Maybe they're like a Pokemon trainer. If you try to walk past, they'll catch you anyways. I really hope one of them's friendly. Being that they're just fire elementals, again, we will just do auto battle because it's a preemptive strike, so we can kill both of them without too much damage, it looks like. Oh, you know what starts today too on a related note? I think it's today at least. It might already be going on. I think EVO is happening today. So if you're into fighting games, try to check that out. There's a lot of cool games going on this time around too. Mithril helm, Mithril gloves. All right, the fact that 2 of these have already been loot really scares me. We really need to get like armor. I realize now that our team is not really rocking armor. I just like buying magic though. Next time we go back, we're gonna try and buy armor for everyone. I think that's a big problem why VV is getting crashed. All the others are 1 gil. High potion. Imagine 2,000 gil monsters. I knew there was some. Oh god, I just auto battled because I thought 100% this was going to be 2 lava elementals or fire elementals. Please don't one hit. Okay, this thing is still really daunting. I'm gonna assume we don't want to set up too many tempers or anything. I am gonna set up 1. We'll do a cure and then we'll go for a blizzard. Okay, I was more scared than I had any right to be, I guess. They really like don't sell how dangerous an enemy is by their appearance in this game. Lava Worm's just straight up chilling. Been very susceptible to Blizzard one. Speaking of, have you ever heard Paimon's despair after finding 1 more in a chest many times in a row? I certainly have not. Okay, everything else is monsters. We already found the good ones early. We got lucky. Thankfully, this should be a nice and quick one. It hits kind of hard. I fully expected to have access to some, like, Devour or something that auto-kills a party member. We just haven't seen it yet. 1760 gil. Mithril shield. Mithril axe. Holy guacamole, that's a lot of extra damage. Alright, cool. I mean... And a Phoenix Sound. This was absolutely worth it. This was not nearly as bad as I thought. Looks like our best path is to dip out the middle, then leave. I think we will leave here and heal him. The hidden exploration objective in Sumeru when it's funny. Oh, that's cool. I really want to play through the Genshin Impact story at some point. It's just not enough time in the day. I think I might just start with whatever the new area is called and play through that one. Then just watch like YouTube videos to catch up on the rest. It's tough. I feel so bad. I'm so far behind in the stories of all my gachas that I've played. It's a pain, but that's just life. Alright, so how much damage does lava do? 263, 262. It's 1 damage per tile, so that's actually like really tame, all things considered. I'm gonna fight this out even though inherently I'd like to run with a preemptive strike, just because I think with a preemptive strike we can clear out most of the threat with one of our Blizzaras. Alright, Okay, one more turn. Cool, another level up for Hubert. Okay, honestly, I'm not as scared of this place. Now that we have a few levels and stuff, I'm feeling a little bit better about it. I do want to go back to Crescent Island? Crescent Lake. I always want to call it Island for some reason. Let's go heal up and stuff. Let's go see if we can buy armor. I haven't bought armor, I think, literally in the entire game. So maybe that's part of our problem. Okay, those are literally Hydras. We're also kind of low on stats. This is scary. Maybe I should have healed first. We'll do a heal Aura and hope that we can rip like a... Oh good, we have Thundaga. Surely that'll be strong here. Okay, Luce dying is so rude. I'm gonna stall out this turn so Luce doesn't lose experience, I think. Oh, please don't hit Luce. Alright, cool. Anyone attacking should win here, so I'm gonna just quickly attack. I don't know if it's worth the Phoenix down, but I don't know. It feels nice to not miss out on the experience on the character, even though we don't technically miss out on the experience altogether, because I think it just gets distributed elsewhere. We'll use magic to heal up, because we're about to go hit up a shop anyways. I think it was down here and then right. That's what it looks like on the map, at least. I don't know if I've ever been so happy to have thunder magic. I remember my first Final Fantasy game was Final Fantasy VII. I'm pretty sure I played that before 3. Pretty confident I did. And Final Fantasy VII, you start with, I want to say, ice and lightning, or thunder and Cloud Sword, and I always thought that was a peculiar combination of elements to go for. Like, why wouldn't you start with, like, fire? Surely fire is, like, the most classical of offensive spells. Like, Fireball is, like, you know, an OG. So I was quite surprised to see that. But I guess in Final Fantasy, Ice and Lightning are just more iconic. At least in MapleStory, Ice Lightning mages are pretty iconic. Maybe iconic's the wrong word. I just hung out with a bunch of them when I played MapleStory 10 plus years ago. Alright, cool, let's sleep. Let's go look at armor. Let's see if we can get people in better stuff. I'm too scared. Like, Vivi being able to get, like, one-banged by everything is scary. It's not literally one-banged, but one turn can kill Vivi before we have a chance to act. And I think we've been teetering on the edge in a game that can really punish us if we die in a dungeon. So we have Mithril Mail, which we can put on our red mage. Okay, there's literally no armor for Vivi. There's a buckler, which we can put on our red mage as well. So I'm going to grab that. I think that's certainly worth it. We'll grab the Mithril Mail as well. It is a little bit unfortunate that there's literally no armor for the other characters, but maybe that's just how the game is designed. Pretty nice upgrade, a little bit extra evasion. Again, the fact that shields can seemingly, like, parry randomly is so nice. Being able to just basically get out of a move altogether is just pays for itself. 2,000 to have that as a constant passive is no joke. We have so much guild. We have 66,000. How much were the tier 7 spells? I think they're tier 7. Maybe they're tier 6. Let's go check it out really quick. Maybe we'll buy a few. I also want to buy some actual heals though. Oh, they're like 13k, so they're pretty cheap. I'm going to grab Sona so we don't have to worry about the Stoneclare as much. If I remember correctly, the first shield slot entering off my casters is like the Air Temple. That's crazy. Portera is probably a good idea as well. Honestly, I'm just gonna grab all the white magic. Like, the black magic I remember was decent enough. I think there's another offensive spell. Maybe there's like, actually, is Blizzara in here? Because if Blizzaga's in here, we want it. Right, it's Death, Quake, and Stun. Quake could be nice. It swallows enemies. I'm willing to bet it only kills certain enemies and not like all of them. Quake could be nice. I don't know the odds of its success rate though, and if it has a low success rate, it's a waste of money. I'm gonna grab it because it seems cool. Then we're gonna spend the rest of our money upgrading, or not upgrading, sorry, upgrading our bag, I guess. Getting more things available for us for consumables. Alright, so Phoenix Downs, we have 8 of them. Let's go up to 10. I think it's time to finally buy a few remedies. I don't want to go too crazy because they're so expensive. Oh, there are ethers. Okay, we want a bunch of those then. Honestly, we'll grab 30 of them. I didn't even notice those in the shop. Then we'll grab high potions and potions for the rest. We have 19 gil, so hopefully we can produce some more gil before we have to heal again. Feeling a lot healthier now. Oh, it's nice. I just noticed in the menu screen on the left there, it shows that the earth crystal is like more glowing than it was before. Yeah, I like when games do that. I want to say Golden Sun does something similar when you have like a specific stone or whatever. Maybe it's not Golden Sun, it could be. I have to finish Golden Sun. It's not Golden Sun 2, it's like the Lost Ages or whatever. It's like the part 2 of Golden Sun 1. It's on the to-do list. There's a strong fish. Vivi getting a strength up. You better be scared. Vivi is not afraid to throw hands. Another preemptive strike. I think I'm going to spend a Thundaga here, or a Thundara, whatever the lower tier one is, Thundara. I know we have the preemptive strike, but it'll make sure we don't take any extra damage going to the fire area. Part 2 is longer and also had a bunch of cool optional dungeon stuff. Oh, that's cool. I don't know what my favorite childhood game was. It might have been... It's tough to say. I feel like you could ask me that question depending on the day when I'm thinking about. I'll tell you a different answer. Shining Force is definitely up there, though. I loved Shining Force. Final Fantasy 3 is certainly up there, too. That's probably why I'm so nostalgic for games like this, because I just spent so much time playing those like older RPGs. And Pokemon and stuff, too, of course. Alright, Mount Golg B1, we're back again. Ow, ow, ow. I should probably path a little bit safer through. I hope it's not too many floors. That is a stacked group of enemies. I would like to fight them, though, because I don't think they're particularly hard, and I think they will give a lot of experience. Let's do a Thundara. I don't remember if these can poison or not. Surely they can. They're scorpions. Scorpions poison. It's their thing. They absolutely can poison. Vivi will attack eventually. When Vivi does, it's going to be glorious. Oops, I didn't mean to queue up another Thundara. Hopefully Vivi doesn't attack this time. Alright, great. What a waste. No biggie. We will go ahead and use one of Edan's spells because I believe that Poison, yeah, it's against Vox and Fear. I don't know what Fear does. It might force people to flee, which is potentially another like board wipe. It probably won't give us experience if they flee, but perhaps there's a higher chance of that than Quake happening. Preemptive strike, so we'll definitely fight this out. I don't want to use another Thundara though. We'll save MP. This could be a big dungeon. I want to say it was 5 or 6 floors for the Earth Temple one, so it might be even longer than this because we had to go back and forth to get the Earth Rod. Okay, this map feels like it's kind of OP. I almost feel bad using it, but surely it's in the game for a reason. I mean, we can even have the minimap basically at all times, so... It is quite nice not having to just wander through the lava. Hey, Mount Golg B4. This looks like a much bigger area. Oh, interesting. There's a second B4 over there that we can't quite access yet. I imagine we're going to come down to it. Looks like no bonus rooms here, just the area in the southeast. Oh, this place is going to do a lot of passive damage to watch. Well, it won't matter too much in like the moment. We do need to be careful later on that we're just not taking a bunch and then getting into a rough fight. Speaking of, let's do a heal now. I said A and we did 3 of them, I know. I just couldn't help it. Figured it was a bad idea to just top off a little bit. Okay, so the northwest looks like B. West also looks like B. Southwest is where we need to go, but we need to go south, west, south, and then west all the way. This seems like it would be really, really bad without the map, which again, I'm assuming the map is like a pixel remaster, like quality of life thing. I didn't realize what we were fighting. Pyralisks are very spooky. Or they're completely useless, depending on what they opt to do. I mean, technically, assuming the code allows for it, all 4 of them could just auto-kill our team. I feel like it would be really unlucky. I forgot to save again. That's okay. We don't need to save. We'll be fine, probably. And that's not famous last words, and I'm not signing my own death warrant. Alright, I'm gonna say monsters on the right one, but not on the left one. Okay, Fire Hydra has no health. Write that down. Less than 250 or so, or 280. I don't remember which one I said was monsters. I think I'm already wrong, though. We're doing really good on health so far, though, all things considered. Cold Needle's nice. Alright, it's monsters in both. I was half right. Fire Lizard looks like it has negative chill. I'm gonna pregame a heal just in case. I got a funny feeling it's gonna petrify though instead of something else. Okay, it just did a really small amount of AoE fire damage and then died. That's fair. Honestly, that's how I want to go. Alright, so there's doors galore, including west, so we'll just head to every door. I still want to try and loot everything we can on the way. These single encounter enemies are like pretty tame, all things considered. It's just when we get into a big mob fight, it gets spooky. But for now, everything seems kind of nice. Monster for sure. Never mind. I wonder what my like ratio of guessing monster chest is. If we take the room with the 12 chests in it that had like only 2 or 3 monsters in it, I'm certainly behind. But how bad is it? Compilation of Miko guessing monster chests wrong in Final Fantasy games. Okay, so let's go down here. Okay, this one's gonna be perfectly right. I think that I've got this one unlocked. And because I'm so confident, I'm actually gonna heal up ahead of time. And I know what you're thinking, Miko, that seems like the opposite of confidence. And you would be correct in thinking that, my dear chatter. 3 on the left are monster, 2 on, or the 3 on the right are monster, the 2 on the left are not monster. Antidote. Alright, never mind. I could still be mostly right. If the 3 on the right are monster, then I got, what, 80% of the room? It's unlikely that I'm right, but I could be right, and I think that's the important thing. Ice? What the heck is Ice Brand? Is that a weapon? Okay, a sword imbued with the power of ice actually goes profoundly hard in this dungeon. What the heck? That's crazy. What about the nappers? Nappers are just as valid as chatters. I almost said chappers. Oh, speaking is so hard. Okay, the ice sword is so cool. This is my new favorite weapon. Friendship with giant sword ended. Ice brand is my new favorite sword. That's totally a shield that a mage can use. Alright, never mind. So it's the power of fire that guards against ice. I mean, we might as well use it, I guess, assuming it's not any worse against fire. Maybe useful eventually, if not at this exact second. Okay, I was super wrong in this room, actually. I'm sorry. I was overzealous to assume that I was going to get like the 80%. I got like the 20%. The dark is pretty annoying. We still hit though, okay. Gonna say I don't want this to drag out too long so we keep getting dark put on us. Thankfully it's not gonna drag out too long at all. Alright, so we have to kind of go down every corridor on this floor. They got us. I'm treasure hunting. I can't resist. I didn't even see this door on the way. Preemptive strike, we'll just do basic attacks. Should be a nice and quick clear. The ice sword is so cool. I hope we get a fire sword too. Yeah, we'll fight you. Okay, another preemptive strike. I really don't know how you end up with a preemptive strike walking through a door and talking to someone. I feel like it's kind of hard to get a preemptive strike at that point, as they've watched you walk in and you spoke to them, but you know, that's okay. They were just not totally aware. Thank goodness for all these preemptive strikes. This dungeon's the best. I'm probably gonna regret saying that in a little bit, but for now it's awesome. We are catching up in levels and stuff. I think that's probably making a nice difference. Gonna have Eden do another Hilara. And a couple cures as well. Overall though, we're looking quite good. That last one's kind of a waste, but that's fine. Alright, I'm gonna say one of these two is a monster and the right one is also a monster, but one of these two is not a monster. This one is the monster. This one's not the monster. That's a cottage, this is a monster, and this is a monster. I don't think I can make it as a Final Fantasy game designer. I would just put monsters in every chest. Be like, yeah, but what if this chest was also a monster and then gave a single potion? Consider that. But of course, genius. Hold is more than a little bit annoying. I wonder if the position of the party determines the odds of them getting attacked. I feel like Hubert and Luce get attacked way more than Vivi and Eden do. I don't even know if you can reorganize your party. I did notice you can't have a front and back in this game. Alright, both monsters. Oh my gosh, I can probably be right like 50% of the time if I call everything a monster. Luce is so strong now. That thing has between 291 and 297 health. Write that down. I knew it was double monsters. Alright, 100%. I have missed no guesses in this entire playthrough. Especially not like 20 seconds ago. Was that just a staff I got? Like a generic staff? It was. Alright. Cool beans. Thanks for the monster staff. Alright, Mount Gold B5. It looks like probably at the end of every corridor there's going to be a door. Yep. I'm guessing one of these has to be the progression point, right? We'll peek into one and then we can kind of figure out where it's worth going to or not going to. This ice sword really like simplified and cut back on how many blizzards we need to run. Like, it's so strong. One of my favorite things in Final Fantasy III is when your party starts to level up a bunch and master their jobs, you get so many hits per attack. Alright, there's a chest there and a monster. Our crystal is in the southwest corner. We'll keep that in mind. That is an empty rune there. Loot in the southeast, loot in the east, loot in the northeast, and nothing in the northwest. So, we'll do this room, we'll head over to east, then we'll sweep downwards and go over to the crystal. But, cool, so far so good in this dungeon. I think I got into a fight before talking to the enemy. Genuinely, the enemies on these floors feel so much easier than on the first floor. I'm actually quite surprised. We haven't seen any of the centipedes and stuff like that for a while, and it's been quite nice to just kind of move on through. Fire Lizard gets one hit if Luce goes, so we don't have to worry about him. Like, why would you put, like, the strongest sword in the game against your, like, specific dungeon inside of a chest in your dungeon? For the record, I assume this was monster. Oh, wait, hold on. That's a dragon. I literally said if we fight a dragon. Okay, never mind. That I gotta put up Nullfire, but we just two-hit it. The Flame Mail probably matches the Flame Shield if I were to guess. Cards against the power of ice. This feels like a Mega Man game where you beat like the first robot master, so you get like the power to fight the other one easier. Though I'm confused. There was still like another floor that we didn't go through, right? Maybe we did and I just wasn't paying enough attention. I didn't realize how low Luce's health is, so we're gonna heal up really quick. Cool. We'll do another heal really quick. Nice 30 health jump for Vivi there as well. Honestly, we're looking really good on supplies, all things considered. I just used up my level 1 white magic, but we still have plenty of other things we can do. I'm gonna just keep farming. Normally I'd be like considering fleeing at this point, but the enemies aren't that strong. These ogre mages generally will just kind of like blind a person and that's him. Or just hit Vivi a bunch, which is probably the worst thing they can do for us, so. Give Vivi a little bit more love. Luce learned how to heal, right? Luce does have Curaga, so we'll rip one of those. Holy cow, it heals a lot, apparently. Chest contained potion. That does go kind of crazy. I'm just disappointed it didn't have a monster in it. A fire elemental in the wild, then just tries to flee. It's like, hey, I'm not hiding in the chest right now. I gotta get out of here. This is not my strong suit. Okay, Fire Gigas kind of worry me. They were pretty beefy before, so I think this is a good use case for a Blizzara. Alright, nice and smooth. Honestly, we're kind of cruising at this point. Chest contained a potion. Alright, this is the most greedy dungeon of all time after giving us like the coolest sword of all time. Truly a give and take relationship with the fire dungeon. I believe we skip the next one and then go straight to the boss. I should have checked on the way, but I think this other one had nothing in it. Wonder what the boss is gonna be. I think they said she, so I'm trying to think of what, like, feminine enemies there are in Final Fantasy. Like, obviously Shiva exists. That's the first one that comes to mind, but I highly doubt it's Shiva chilling over here. Maybe like a Gorgon or Medusa or something. I'm going with Medusa, I think. I think Medusa's appeared in Final Fantasy once or twice. Or Ifrit, maybe. We're looking fairly healthy, so I'm gonna just end it, I think. Actually, Luce is down like 100, so we'll use... Do we have any more healing magic at all? We have a heal aura. We'll rip one heal aura. Might as well tip before now since we know we're at the boss. Yeah, that was an empty room. Cool. Didn't even know you could roll a single ogre mage. It ran away successfully. Obliterated. Alright, let's see what it is. I'm gonna go with Medusa, final answer. So you were the ones who defeated the Fiend of Earth and roused... Alright, it was Marilith. That was my bad, admittedly. I don't know who the heck Marilith is from her slumber. I've heard Lich in Final Fantasy. I haven't heard Marilith. Oh, the power of the burning flame is mine and mine alone. I believe that this is an enemy in Final Fantasy 3 as well, but I don't know if it had the same name. Those who oppose me shall burn in hellfire. That's crazy. I should have said heckfire. Alright, so I was kind of right. Like, for all things Medusa, like, this is pretty close. So I am going to rip a Null Blaze early on here. Doesn't look like it's going to be casting that many spells, but surely it will. Okay, it actually has incredible amounts of damage, so hopefully we won't get wiped out. These bosses are also physical resistant, or maybe they just have really high defense or something. Oh, maybe I should have focused on buffing Luce instead of Uber. Because Luce has the ice sword, you know? Can you temper yourself? You can. I didn't think that was an option. Alright, Uber's out of the fight permanently again. This game really boils down to tempering Uber and Uber getting holded. That's really funny, actually. That has happened in several major fights so far. I'm expecting a big attack here, so I'm gonna preemptively heal Aura. It might be a waste, but I'm expecting something spicy. We'll do one more temper on Luce, since Luce is gonna be really buffed up here. I think with the ice sword it's probably worth it. I really like temper. Alright, this was absolutely a waste. I guess we'll start the attack now. Well, Blizzard until we run out, and then we'll start tempering again. How about that? It does not hit that hard. Loose is so powerful. Alright, I'm glad we null burned or whatever it was. Honestly, we're just gonna rely on Loose. Loose has this lockdown. We don't have to do anything else. Do another heal Aura, and then we'll just temper Loose again. Just kidding, we don't have any more tempers. Loose just hit almost 700. There's no chance this thing survives another turn. I can't get over how broken temper is. Oh my god. Loose was like, alright, you're gonna hit me for 200, then take the 700. Sweet. Temper is crazy. So I think in that case, haste helped too, because we were doing 10 hits. Sweet. So that's, I forget what it's called, Mandalith or something like that. Done. I feel bad for getting the name. It was just such a strange one. Either way, the fire crystal is now... I was gonna say purge. I don't know if purge is the right word. Cleansed? Cleansed is probably better. I feel like purge has a negative connotation to it. This is the altar of fire from which the power of fire flows north. Well, that should, in theory, wrap up most of the southern island, right? But we don't really know how to get to the northern island because I didn't see any place we could dock our boat there. So hopefully we can figure that out next. This being said, the sages said to return to them when we have everything done, but surely they won't mind if we swing by now. I should save ahead of time. We could just get a really bad fight at basically any time. I need to think about that. I'm gonna fear and see how it works. I just hope they don't kill Loose. That'd be really unfortunate. Does fear make them attempt to run next turn? Is that what it is? Okay, Quake is so cool. Quake is an auto kill. That's so cool. The magic in this game is awesome. I can't get enough of it. I'm glad I went for 3 casters. Hubert gets some stats on the way. It looks like there are some places to go up here. Can't tell what they are though. Alright, let's save and let's go heal up first. We might explore a little bit through this water area though, because there's certainly more up there, but it might just be a bunch of dead ends and nothing. But I would like to get through here, go heal up, and then see what the sages have to say to us. If anything, they might have nothing for us, to be honest. That was a legendary anime move where Loose didn't even try to dodge or block, just guarantee the hit. Oh, it's true. Loose is actually eating dirt right now to commit to that anime move. I'm gonna trust that the order of operations here will be fine. I should have been more careful and just killed the enemies. I knew that Loose was low, but I was like, surely they won't hit Loose. Poor Loose. We are really low on magic right now. Oh wait, Loose has Kiraga. Never mind. We have plenty of magic. It heals so much. I guess it's a really high level spell. I kept forgetting we gave Loose some white magic that like actually does something other than like buffing. Or debuffing, I suppose. Is this different than the other one we fought? I think it is. This gave a boatload of XP, so I'd like to fight it though. Okay, maybe it doesn't give a boatload. Maybe the other one was the strong one. That was 50% of the bestiary. I can read that one popping up a little bit. Again, it's like right behind me and I can't totally see it on my own. Alright, let's heal up here. We'll go over to the sages, see what they have to say. I imagine it's just go to the northern island, but hopefully one of them is like, hey, I gave you a canoe, here's a flying ship. Have fun. That'd make it a lot easier to get around to places at least. Although I feel like we got the Levinstone at one point. Did we end up getting the Levinstone? I feel like I saw that as a thing. No, someone just mentioned it looks like. I could have sworn someone said Levinstone somewhere, but I don't remember when they said it. Oh, you know what it was? I think it was if you bring Adamantite to the dwarf guy, you get a Levinstone. Something like that. Okay, Lucan doesn't say anything new. 400 years it was wind, 200 years it was water, then came earth and fire. 4 forces that make up the world. Power must be directed to its proper end. Bring the light of the 4 crystals to us, only you can do this. Okay, that looks like they have no more information for us. Everything seems to be the same here. I was really hoping the sages were going to be my savior. Sloshing water sounds. It seems the flow of water is colder than expected for a volcanic region. Sloshing is an adjective that I'm happy was brought into my life today. We have a bunch of gil. Let's go stock up on some more things and a few of those spells too. Let's go buy out the shop because we probably won't come back here in the near future. I mean, actually we might, depending. We can figure out how to get those spells. It was implied to me that we might be able to get the spells on our white mage and black mage later on. Alright, we grabbed all the right ones like exit and teleport, so hopefully we can grab them later. We'll see. Or red mage too. I don't want to leave out loose. Alright, so we have Thundagon one. We have Quake as well. We'll grab stun. Oh, only Vivi can learn stun. This is our first time where our red mage can't learn any of the spells. It's so surprising. I'm gonna go with death. I think it's more of a power move than stun. Stun is cool, don't get me wrong. It's crazy that every single town has like a cult involving a Vivi looking fellow sitting in like a dimly lit room to sell you the ability to just automatically kill someone. Honestly, we're so nicely stocked on stuff now. Alright, so let's go explore around here like we were thinking before. These enemies are still nothing to really shake your nose at. They're definitely stronger than the other water-based enemies that we saw in the outer part of the world. I say that while they're hitting once. Alright, there you go. They hit 120. Really depends who they hit and how many times they hit. Gonna waste another Thundaga, I think, or Thundara. I really wish they wouldn't double strike so many times, though. Don't feel like it's a waste anymore. Heck these guys. Lucian even gets some stats for the road. See, like, that looks like it doesn't go anywhere. Maybe there's like a small area. No, there's no chance, because you'd be able to just get into the place there. I don't think this is the way to go. I think we want to go west. Because we could just walk over there from Crescent Link. There's certainly a lot of funky stuff to the north. Looks like west there's also something. I'm going to go west first since it's more on the way, but I'm more interested in north, to be honest. Go for another Thundara. It's really just when the Crocs double strike one of the squishier people that we have some trouble. Otherwise, it's not too bad. I feel like we fought the exact same encounter like 5 or 6 times, but I know it's like a different variation. It just feels like the same one. It's really the white Crocs. I want to keep those down to 1 per fight because they can genuinely like gang up on someone and kill them very quickly. I think I'm gonna use another Thundara here. I should have changed up my plan, but I was like, auto battle will work fine. That's okay. Better to use them than to not, right? This might have been accessible from over there, but it's probably still worth exploring. There's gotta be something on this little circle over here. I can feel it in my bones. This is where the airship is, mark my words. I feel like that's a plot point in Final Fantasy VI where there's just like an airship under... like a, what do you call it? A desert, that's the word. I was gonna call it a volcano. I was like, that is not a volcano. We were struggling there. Cool, 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 cool. No, there's nothing here. I've been had. Honestly, we're gonna just swing back and go back to Crescent Lake if we can. I don't know if it'll let us here though, if this is canoeable or not. It is. Alright, yeah, that's definitely a bonus then. There could be something there later on. My memory, these O2s are pretty weak, so we should hopefully be able to kill them before they do much to us. Gonna go heal up really quick though. We're certainly making much more than we're spending on healing. And we just had like a really big buying session where we spent like 50k on supplies. I feel like we're in good shape. It's a shame that we don't have better armor for our casters though. I guess that's just the downside of being a caster. You're just kind of doomed to be squishy. I was almost tempted to get into a battle before getting into the water to try and like delay the water battle. It looks like we can access the western part there, but I think that's just going to be accessible from the elf village. I think it just kind of connects. Let's go north. Caster only get main armor from when I played in Helmet? Interesting. I think in the previous town there was some armor I could have bought for my white mage. I feel like there is something. That is a horrifying group of enemies. Especially if those crocs can multi-hit like the white crocodiles. It's actually really worrying. I do think I'm going to just Thundaga and kill literally everything. They can multi-hit. Hopefully it's not too much. It's pretty much just as much as the other ones. Maybe a little bit less than the white crocs. That's so scary. They can kill Vivi before Vivi gets an attack in a group like this. I don't like that. Okay, we didn't actually board wipe, which means we're wasting a Thundaga probably. No, we're good, okay. Who's close to board wiping? Fantastic amount of experience, so it's totally worth it, but it is a little spooky when we get a group like that. Killing Vivi would mean that we have like a much longer fight. Wait, is north a dead end? There's no way north is a dead end, right? Oh, we can dock to the north over there. I see where we should go. That other docking point that I thought wasn't really relevant is actually super relevant now. Okay, cool. I figured it out a little bit late, but that's okay. I think it was worth poking our toes around here and exploring a little bit. I'm very much a fan of just being able to walk around the world and see what's going on. Even though it's a primitive strike, we're still going to just dump everything into this. Maybe we'll town again anyways. It's almost certainly worth it every time we go into a town to just rest up. The MP return is just so worth it. Our ship is in a bit of a farther away point, but we can go grab it really quick. Rest up at Crescent Lake, then we'll go grab our ship, then we'll go to that northern area and we'll explore. It looks like we're doing a good job chunking through the southern continent though. I wonder how much content will be southern versus northern. Well, 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 if it isn't, look who it is. Welcome back. Alright, let's just head east here then. Of course, we immediately get into a fight with Krogs. I might just trip a Thundaga. I think it's more than worth it for this fight. These are just such a menace. Absolutely worth it. Good experience, at least. The canoe is so convenient. Right now, our battles will be a lot easier than before, because even though we get back attacked on the boat constantly, they're just Sahagins. We can live with Sahagins. I mean, I'd rather not live with Sahagins. They probably smell like fish and like water. Does water smell? Water probably smells good though, right? Like logically. Like we need water, so surely it would smell good to us. The Sahagins do have kind of goofy faces in this game. Alright, so let's go into here now that we have the canoe. Alright, see now we're cooking. There were, I want to say, 2 different points of interest. I'm so not happy to see the enemies again. I'm going to scale down to a Thundara. I don't think that'll be enough to one turn, but it should be close at least. Probably like Wet Dog. Honestly, that's rough. A rough existence smelling like Wet Dog literally all the time. Alright, so there's a spot to the south, but we could have just walked over there, so I'm going to assume the spot to the south is not relevant to us. Although it was inaccessible before because of the water, I think. I can't tell if it was inaccessible. It looks like it was walkable. I'll check it out, I guess. Why not? Looks like a whole lot of nothing over here. Except for a preemptive strike, which means some free experience. I know I talked about it before, but I'm really interested in watching Evo tonight. Seeing people like really good at games is so fun. No secret dungeon. That's fair. A single white croc as an encounter? That's crazy. Gosh, the ice sword is so cool. What was it called? Ice brand? My food is here, so I'll be back later. Enjoy your food. Thanks for stopping in. I should probably eat something at some point too. What time is it? It's not, oh, it's this encounter. It's not horribly late to eat something. I'm planning on keeping my Friday streams a little bit shorter than my weekday streams, so I don't know how much longer I'll stream this one, but we'll keep going for at least a little bit longer. Maybe until we get to another major town. I'd like to try to get to the northern continent because I feel like it'd be a good stopping point. Thank goodness for Vivi. Luce is dead. Everything is awful. Think they're within one hit range. That is so rude that you would attack Luce and there was literally nothing I could have done to keep Luce alive for the experience there. Unbelievable. FF1 is so good. How can you resist playing? I'm glad you like it so much. Where are my Phoenix Suns? There we go. I probably should have just saved one and used Rays, but that's fine. It's gonna take forever to finish all the FF games. You only do them on Friday, they're shorter streams, but I'm here for the next 10 years of Final Fantasy. See, that's the thing. That's the long con. I can keep it going. My Fridays are planned out. And after we finish that, we'll do all the Kingdom Hearts games, and by that time, there's going to be Kingdom Hearts like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 5, 8 over 2, Birth by Sleep, Dream Drop Distance, Recoded. We can go for the mobile game too if you want to go really into it. We're set for a while. Alright, so we need to go up and left, but there's also that other place. We'll do up and left because it's on the way first. See if there's anything here. I'm guessing this one's not going to have much. Alright, I was thinking about it. You know what? I'm going to be a good noodle. I'm going to very quickly, like I'm talking like 2 minutes. I'm going to fight this battle and then I'm going to be right back. I'm going to just go grab like, I don't know, a Nutri-Grain bar or something. Just so I can say I ate something. So no one can yell at me for not eating. I'll be right back, okay? Be like 2 seconds.
Yo, what up, chat? I'm back. I have eaten successfully. I stood over my sink, inhaling a Nature Valley bar. It was not graceful, but it did happen. Alright, let's head down to that other place. Wait, did we go over to that one? Yeah, that was just bonus down there. Welcome back, things. It was a good Nature's Valley bar, but those are the ones where if you like eat them, they kind of explode, and I didn't really want them blowing up on my keyboard. So I hunched over the sink like a gremlin. I'm good though. And now no one can say I didn't eat lunch, because I had a Nature Valley bar, which is both healthy and probably filling or something. I don't know. Alright, so moving on to the spot. I really hope there's something here, because if not, I'm really lost. But I'm optimistic since it's the last place we can go. Alright, there's a cave here. I forgot we saw that, actually. Wait, is this the third crystal already? For some reason, I thought that they said the other two crystals were on the northern continent. So strange. Give me 1 sec really quick. Alright, never mind. Everything's fine. I thought a neighbor was like... I thought they were slamming on my door, but I think they're just fighting with each other, which isn't my problem. Thank you for the stream. Look, the stream's not over, okay? I just had to make sure the neighbor wasn't blowing up things. I'm here. We're good. Everything is good. Do not panic. Do not stare directly at the neighbors getting in fistfights. It is not important. It is just the charm of the area. These are normal cockatrices here, so I guess we'll go for Fira and stuff like that. Hopefully they don't do Gaze, though. Gaze is so annoying. I realize now that Vivi's health is quite low as well. I'm really surprised we got into another dungeon immediately. I was so sure the other two would be on the northern continent. Alright, so there's a floor down there and a floor up there, so it looks like this one's gonna be going back and forth for sure. We do have armor that helps us against cold, but it's all on our warrior who's already quite tanky, so... Always down for those running away. These enemies are kind of annoying. I don't remember if they're undead. I feel like they are. I'm gonna go for a Dia. I'm pretty sure these are undead. Not 100% confident, but pretty close. Bloodbones? I feel like we fought Bloodbones before. Maybe not. Very bizarre. My PC keeps like skipping a beat every now and then. Hope there's not an issue with it. It's like I'm getting like micro stutters. I don't know if they're showing up on stream much or not. Looks like I'm not dropping frames, which is nice at least. It's a very barren dungeon so far. Guess we'll just leg it through and be fine. Okay, Dark Wizards really seem like they're going to be a problem. I'm really glad we preemptive fought them for once. Usually when we see a new enemy, they just show up and then like absolutely rock us and we just have to deal with them. They're kind of really tanky though. Alright, turns out Dark Wizards don't actually attack either, so it doesn't matter. We're just fine. They really got a lot of mileage out of these wraiths. I don't know if it's wraiths like every time that we fight because they're like different color variations, but those are a common enemy. Weird dungeon design. Right, Winterwolf and Ice Gigots. I have to imagine that fire is going to be the plan here. I hope we get like a fire sword instead of just a nice one. I know I said that before, but I've been thinking about it more. Surely the fire sword's in the ice dungeon. That would follow logic. Honestly, the ice sword still kind of does crazy though. We're in pretty good shape, all things considered. A Mind Flayer. So we got the Pisco Demon, but a fancier version of it, it looks like. It has like no health, so that's good for us. Honestly, that's fair. I stumbled, I saw the treasure, and I got excited. That's totally on me. I was obliterated by that. All right, there's a lot of undead enemies here. We're gonna do a Diaga, which should hopefully clear it out pretty easily. Hopefully. There we go. I was like, taking a while to get this off. Awesome. Was there a path in that room to like actually get up there? Was there like... Do you just have to keep breaking holes? Oh, this is like a whole extra floor. We take spike damage going through there. Looks like there's a few rooms to get to, so maybe we deliberately want to fall through some of the holes. Alright, that's brutal. They got me. I was excited. That is a white dragon with yellow eyes. We avoided copyright infringement. I'll Null Frost. I don't think we have to, but I'll do it just in case. I don't feel like it's a terrible idea to get on top of it. We're a little bit low on health, so I'll also do a heal. Okay, it looks like we were late on the Null Frost, unfortunately. I did say that if we saw dragons, we would cast null the respective element. Looks like it wasn't necessary, though. Oh, the ice armor. Well, a little bit late for that. I feel like we should keep the flame mail on, surely. Since the flame protects us against the ice. Maybe there'll be another area where the ice armor will be useful. Where are the high potions? Did I go past them? Nope, there they are. I want to save some magic so we can use some of these up. Although I feel like we should just always use magic first. Mithril gloves. I think we already have a few pairs of those. So where are we going? So if we go south, there is an extra room. So let's head south and then we can head to the east and go back up and hopefully not fall down again. I can't believe I fell for that. That's crazy. That was Greed Cone, it showed. Ice Storm is fairly painful, all things considered. Unfortunately, they outspeed us, so we just have to take it on the chin anytime they want to do it. That's fine. Oh, we can't go through here. Ah, okay, it's over here on the right. I was a little confused. I was like, I thought there was a way to proceed. If not, we're like really stuck. Spectre, another variation of those wraiths. This time again, we will do a... Don't we have a middle tier one? Yeah, we'll do DRI, I suppose. Honestly, if the preemptive strike, this is probably overkill. Dia would have been fine. Or just skipping magic use altogether. I feel like these enemies can stun, so I am gonna do another Diara. I don't want to risk him. I did the thing again where I didn't save in front of the dungeon, so alright. So I'm gonna call it monster is gonna be in a V shape. So the one in 1, 3, and 5. So here, here, and here are gonna be monsters. Alright, I was almost right. That's almost 50%. If you round it, that's 50% correct. That was really close. Okay, that's really scary if they can all Ice Storm, actually. Well, not a crazy amount on paper, that's still like 150 unavoidable damage. On each character, of course. Let's do a quick heal up so we're not in bad shape. Same fight, so I'll do the same thing, I suppose. Hopefully not too many Ice Storms. Okay, I said hopefully not too many, and now they're all Ice Storming. It's not funny anymore. I went off Winter Wolf's wild ride. Okay, only 2 encounters. That's not too bad. I have Kiragas available, but let's not use them when possible. We do have Healara. Basically, everyone's good except Vivi there, and so I'll just do a few carries. Cool, so everything is looking just fine. Oh gosh, ambushed by one of those centipedes. At least it's only one of them. It hit 126 damage on Vivi. Saying it has negative chill doesn't really describe it well. I don't think I remembered to give Kiraga to Eden. I think I only have it on loose. That was a certified oopsie moment for sure. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but it is unfortunate. Surprisingly low damage from the fire. Cool. Still dead either way. Good amount of experience too. 2,000 for one of them. So if we get ambushed by like 5, that's 10k experience. So where does this put us back up? Looks like Luce can also parry with that shield. I didn't notice it before, but we might have already seen it. About 100 health each, so it should be quick to kill. Slower I missed. Perfect. Wouldn't have mattered if it hit anyway. Slower doesn't really do anything. I'm sure it'll have some use later on. It'll be annoying to get by, but at least right now it doesn't do much. So we must be on the alternate part of that floor. Heck, I wonder if that stuff was actually lootable. I hope I can go back to it without too much trouble. Honestly, Dia here was a huge waste. I shouldn't have done it. It's not a huge waste. It's a level 1 spell, but it would have been smarter to save it, I think. I remember these guys stunning a lot more. They actually do pretty good damage to Vivi, so we gotta be a little careful on that one. Maybe I'm mixing them up and they didn't stun at all. That could be. Their crits are really solid damage, though. Again, we're trying to keep that balance and not spending too much MP. That 10,000 gil, we're rich. Oh my god, we're actually kind of rich, unironically. The tremendous amount of money that we have. Bring everyone up to almost full. Okay, so there is a room down there which we should check out. With a bunch of Piscademes. These are the old ones. I'm gonna just basic attack. I think we can clear this without spending any MP. Looks like we're gonna take some damage. Hopefully not too much. Honestly, it wasn't that bad. It could have been a lot worse. Our health pools are getting so big that taking like 150 in a fight's not so bad. I'm getting destroyed by this dungeon. Wait, this is where I want it to be. I'm not being destroyed by this dungeon? I've destroyed the dungeon? I was just excited to see treasure and it put me where I wanted to be, I think. That means I need to swing back around to get that still. Okay, Evil Eye is really freaky looking in this. We're gonna temper our warrior. I hope it's susceptible to damage. I mean, oh, alright. It had like no health again. Every time I'm like, alright, here's the big fight. We gotta be ready for it. What does it do? Oh, okay. I thought we got the Levy Stone from the Adamantite person. Maybe we need to bring it to the dwarves now? So there's still 2 loot items up here, so we'll need to come back here because I won't be able to loot them from the angle we're at. As well as those 3 chests. There's a few things we want to do here. Is this a different area we fell into, or did the enemy respawn? That's peculiar. I will rip a Dialga here. I think it's more than worth it. Alternatively, something like a Thundaga probably would have had the same effect, but I think this is fine. Okay, this is the same area. It just respawns every time you fall, it looks like. We shouldn't need to fall anymore, assuming that we can loop back into the other room somehow. We're running out of Fiera, so probably going to start trying to run from fights soon. Oh, the Levy Stone means we can definitely get to the Northern Island. Fell through that ice multiple times before figuring out how to get to the boss. Interesting. I stumbled completely into where I needed to be and lucked into it, as most things happen for me. I think if I didn't luck into it like that, it probably would have been a much worse time, so I'm happy that it panned out like that. Still have Firagas left? I didn't know we didn't use them, we were just using Fieras. Gosh, the magic animations are so cool. They go so crazy in 2D games like this. Okay, so we're back here. I shouldn't have Firaga'd here. I thought we were all just basic attacking. That's fine, we have plenty of them. I can't believe that some of the bosses in this game just get 1 hit. I'm guessing that will lead us back into... Is that another room over there? That is. Did I check that room out before? I did. Basic attacks should be fine here. This dungeon has much more chill enemies than the last one. I'll say that, overall. Most things just kind of go down. It could be because we leveled up a lot in the meantime. Sleeping Bag, Ice Shield, then Gil. Again, Ice Shield just feels a little bit late for it. Perhaps it was possible to do these dungeons in either order? I don't know, it's an interesting thought. I don't know how much like sequence breaking or what the sequence is, I guess. This is my first time playing through, so... Not getting poisoned every 2 seconds is a treat, though. And not getting 1 hit randomly. By, like, death or whatever the effect was. What? That's not where I entered, was it? That's crazy. Okay, so let's swing back around because there's loot in that final treasure room I'd like to get. We will have to leave in the end, which will be a little bit annoying. But I think it's worth grabbing the treasure. I don't want to miss it. I wouldn't say I'm a treasure fiend, but I am a treasure fan for sure. So this isn't a crystal place then. Alright, so the 2 crystals are to the north. I remembered it correctly. Looks like no ice magic this time, so a quick fight on the dragons. That can be a kind of harrowing encounter if they spam it. It's not so bad, but it's a little bit spooky. Yellara to get us all back up into fighting shape, and then we'll swing by. I really wish whatever my neighbors were doing, they do it a little bit quieter, so I don't feel like there's someone literally trying to like break into my house. I guess that's just living near people. It's part of the deal. You gotta deal with their drama sometimes too. I'm really surprised Dark Wizards don't just rip spells. I don't think we've seen them cast literally at all yet. Maybe they have once or twice, but they just seem to do nothing when we fight them. It's super fortuitous for us. Always down for an easy one. We'll cast here to get through it quicker. Probably a little bit overkill going with Firaga. Could have probably gotten away with something cheaper. We're gonna have so much money after this. I don't know what we're gonna spend it on though. We're pretty good caught up on spells and stuff. I guess maybe if we get to a new town, there will be more expensive stuff to buy. Okay, so this is the room, so let's be very, very careful. It's monsters. That's our present. I know you actually get loot after it, but it's kind of funny that we came all the way back around to fight a couple monsters. Maybe Dark Wizard was like a localization name for them if they don't have any magic. Okay, never mind. They have magic. I was wrong. Holy goodness, they have magic. They could have just like team wiped us there if they wanted to, basically. That's actually so scary. I'm sorry for smack talking, Dark Wizard. Contain clothes? What kind of clothes? Isn't that like the starter armor? Some of the stuff they give you is so bizarre. Like a normal staff and normal clothes this far in. Let's go over to our high potion and use some of those. Those guys also suck. There are some enemies in this that are kind of brutal. I think the fastest way to get out is to drop here. The flame sword. No way. It is real. Well, it doesn't really matter since we want to hit the boss anyways, but still. Alright, we will have to fight this encounter again, which seems to be the same every time. Okay, see, this is what I'm afraid of. The paralysis is really spooky. Alright. Hopefully this will kill. I'm trusting they don't have a crazy amount of ice resistance. They have a crazy amount of ice resistance. Poor Uber's just sitting there getting smacked, paralyzed, like, alright, you can kill him anytime. Alright, cool. I should have gone for Quake or something, to be honest. We have a bunch of high-level magic I haven't used. Alright, let's head south and then east and then straight down. I believe we wanted to bring the Levinstone over to the dwarves. I could be wrong about that, but that's what my memory said, so I'm gonna head over there. The fire sword is so cool looking, though. I really love RPGs where your character gets a different weapon when you equip a new one, it aesthetically looks different. I think Final Fantasy is usually quite good with that. It just looks so nice. It's not just like a generic stat up or stat change. We're actually a little bit low on health here. Alright, Dialga's certainly overkill. I didn't realize Luce was so low. I would use a high potion just to get him back on his feet. There are high potions. Cool, cool. So we should just be able to go up here, pop into the treasure room, deliberately fall, and then I think we can leave from there, right? Did I remember that right? Oh no, we don't want to fall maybe? There's some place to easily leave. I don't remember where it was. Heck, it's not coming back to me anymore. It's in the next room, is it? It's those stairs there. Those will help you leave automatically. Okay, no magic, so a quick fight here. Crazy how the damage variation is that 2 basic attacks from the same enemy can be 14 or almost 50. Alright, great. Cool dungeon, I like that one. Let's go get our belt. Let's go over to the dwarves and see if I remember right. I do not like these enemies, Sam I am. Kill them with fire, or I guess ice in this case. Nice. Let us cure our poison and continue on our adventure. Ah, a fire and an ice sword is so cool. I hope there's swords for the other elements too. I think an earth sword would probably just be like a big sword though. But like, what are you gonna do? Attach rocks to a sword? I guess you can. White Croc can probably kill someone. I should not have gone for attacks here. White Croc can absolutely kill those. Alright, I was lucky. Just does so much damage. Do we have any more heal spells left? Lou should have a few of them, right? Yeah, the Kiragas. Cool, let's start using them. Every MP that we spend is saving us, you know, money. Spend your magic so you can save money. That's the important thing. Nice, when we get the speed like that, those encounters end so quick. Although it's just the one croc rather than the big group of them. Okay, and that should be the crocs done for now, because we're going to get our boat, which means it's just Sahagin Town forever now. I guess there can be buccaneers and the occasional shark too, though. These are much weaker, though, so I'm not too concerned about it. I don't remember if the dwarf town had an inn in it. That's kind of escaping me. I feel like it probably didn't, but maybe it did. That said, we might want to stop somewhere nearby at an inn to heal up on the way. Crescent Lake is kind of a pain to get to, so I'm thinking that's probably not the play. If we can dock anywhere else, we'll dock somewhere and go heal up, because I feel like I don't remember seeing an inn there, but there might have just been one, I forgot. There was no magic shop there, so maybe that's what I was thinking of. Where are the dwarves again? Were they in Mount Durgar? I think they were. So where do you dock for them? Looks like inside the inlet is a place. Yeah, that's fine. We can go inside the inlet. Still kind of far away from it, though. I don't know if inlet's the right word, but you know, like the big old basin in the middle of the ocean. The internal ocean, rather than the external ocean. Genuinely might be a little bit faster to run from these Sahagin than actually fight them. They give so little at this point, and the fights actually take some time. They might still outspeed us though, so it might not matter in the long run. Gonna try to flee. Hopefully we can get away before too many of them attack, but I think they're just so fast. Oh, okay, we got through like half of them. And wouldn't you know, there's a place to dock here, and I'm pretty sure there's an inn here, so let's pop in really quick. So weird how speed works. I don't know if it's even like a thing. It seems like sometimes the party just kind of like acts on their own timing. Alright, so we'll heal up in Elfheim. We'll save and then we'll go over and see. I believe you want to take the Levinstone there. I believe someone said something about it, but it was so long time ago, so I could be mistaken. I think that that's right. Yeah, it looks like the boat's the best way. It's just so much quicker than walking. I wonder what cap damage is in this game. Is it 9999 or is it 3 9s? Surely it's 4 9s. Maybe there's no cap, but I feel like most Final Fantasy games have like some kind of cap damage. I remember in Final Fantasy 3, the restrictions on the airship was like, you can land anywhere without trees, I think is the rule, something like that. I wonder if it'll be something similar in this game. There's so many water battles. It's not that bad, but there's so many water battles, and they're all Sahagins. Oh, heck, I'm gonna Vivi attack. Vivi, don't swing at him, Vivi. Just run. It's not worth it. Don't fight. There's 400 of them, Vivi. Don't do it. Does one shot count as max damage? You mean like an auto kill? I wouldn't count Quake as max damage. I just mean like the highest number that the game can output in an attack, I think. Alright, cool. So let's go over... meander our way over to the dwarves and see if I remembered correctly, and if not, we're gonna have to do some more boating. Because I don't know where the heck to go with our Levinstone, but I'm pretty sure they mentioned the Levinstone here specifically. It's gonna be a long encounter because the ambush with 7 enemies. Oh my god, we failed all 4 fleas in a row as well. I should have just fought apparently, or dropped a Fira. If it doesn't, then 9999 is max damage. Interesting. That's kind of what I thought it'd be like. Lally-ho. Wait, Crystal's Eye, even the blind can see. I hear that Dark Elvastos. Okay, yeah, so we knew that. We already did that. I guess I'll just go to the blacksmith. If only I had some of that legendary metal adamantite, I'll be able to craft such a magical sword. Aw, no, did I remember wrong? Surely not. I think the first game that breaks that trend is FFX. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know it was a thing across Final Fantasies. I really like the idea of a damage cap, but I'm sure it can be like not super enjoyable for some people. What? There's so much loot here. A great helm, a tent, ether, worm killer. Oh no, I missed such cool stuff. I guess I'm glad I came back here. It explains why we missed 8 treasures here. I was so sure they talked about the Levinstone here though. Heck. Lally-ho. Oh no. When it comes to defense, a good armlet can be as vital as body armor. You seen the Canalia? Oh, Nerix 1 Leesome Dwarf. What does Leesome mean? I'm looking for some Levystone. It's supposed to make an amazing material that makes things in the air, float in the air. Perfect. I have some Levystone. Oh my god. I remember this one random dwarf in the corner that says they want Levystone, and I have Levystone now, but they didn't actually want it from me at all. They just, they just happened to talk about it. So I came all the way back here. That's cool, that's fine. I like the boat. I like 10,000 wargs and Sahagins. This is fine. You know, we're right here. Let's go check out Cornelia and see if the dancer has anything to say about the Levinstone. I cannot in my playthrough figure this part out. I was already lost trying to find where to go for the other part, but we'll figure it out eventually. Oh my god, I think I know where to go. Okay, in my bones of bones, I think I know where to go. Like, unironically. I didn't look it up for anything, and I might be entirely wrong, but I have a hunch. Alright, so the dancer is useless. I'm gonna go exactly where I think we have to go, based on playing previous Final Fantasy games. I have no reason to believe that this is correct. If this is correct, I have no idea where the game would have said we need to go there, but I'm gonna try it anyways. I hope I'm right. I'm probably not right, though. I feel like it's a bit of a bold guess. Was there not like a setting in this to turn off encounters? I kind of want to turn it off while I'm poking around to see things in the overworld. Oh, interesting. Auto battle remains. I don't really want that on. Wait, was it right there? Did I just stop right at the very end? Change the balance in a variety of game settings. Okay, encounters off. Perfect. Thank you. I just want to be able to explore around a little bit without Sahagins every 2 seconds. Because I have a funny feeling that it's gonna surface out of the ground randomly in the middle of the desert. I believe it does that in Final Fantasy III. This could be entirely wrong. Can we dock anywhere near here? Oh my god, you have to take the canoe like 1,000,000 miles. Actually, it was probably better to go the other way. Yeah, the other way. I mean, it'll be fine with the no encounters. It is kind of 1,000,000 miles, though. Thank goodness the encounter toggle, though. It's really nice for parts like this. Like, I don't want to turn it off when I'm just, like, doing a dungeon or something. It doesn't feel very fun. But I'm just wandering around the map trying to figure out where to go. I've already seen enough Sahagins for the moment. This is totally it. I can feel it in my bones. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. There was no doubt in my heart that this suspicious looking giant desert was not going to have an airship in the middle of it. Final Fantasy III, you have never failed me. I think 6 also does it. I knew it. I am so smart. Genuinely shocked, but I was super confident about it. Oh, it's so cool. Yeah, I don't know where they would have told you to do this. Again, it happens in 3, and like after like the first or second town or whatever, there's just a desert that an airship comes out of. It's super early on. Oh, this is so cool. Oh, look at the flat little areas. Oh my god, what a cool little like 2D, 3D effect. Oh, this is so nice. I was thinking about getting the airship before we swung back to look for any chests we were missing too. Because like if I saw like, oh, we're missing chests in Cavern of Earth, I can swing back there much easier now. Heck, we missed one at Mount Gold too. I want to try and get all the chests at some point. I don't know if I will, but we might. Okay, so I'm guessing we won't be able to land here. Oh, can we? Okay, we can't land on Forest. Can we get close enough to there though? This whole area seems unlandable, unless you could do it in this tight area here, but I doubt it. Does the red circle show that you can't land? It does, okay. Good to know. So the town here, we can't land in the swamp either, so it's a long walk to that town no matter how we slice it. Can't land in the desert. We can land here, which is a start. There's a big old desert to go through. Can land up here. Another big old desert. We have so much world available to us now. A conspicuous castle, but again, they really don't want us landing anywhere near them. Can land here, but I don't think we can walk around, unfortunately. I like this random whole island. There's a few of them here. Oh my gosh, a lot of them, actually. Another town. Can you land right here? Really? That looks so landable. It's such a shame. Alright, so the world is kind of literally our oyster now. We have 2 of the crystals done. It doesn't look like many towns are available. It looks like mainly holes in the ground and then just big old deserts everywhere. I guess we'll start by trying to go to that other town. I hope the enemies aren't too strong. I don't want to jump in those holes yet. That seems kind of suspicious. Seems like a dangerous time. So we can land here and then make our way down to the town. That's such a long walk for that town, though. That's actually kind of crazy. We get the airship and suddenly we have to travel a bunch by foot. Probably not that bad in practice. Then we have the desert to go through as well, but I didn't see a town in the desert. I think talking to someone in the town is probably the better plan for us. So you know what? I'm gonna wrap up here. It is shorter than the normal streams and stuff, I know. But I think it's a good place to stop. I don't know how far we're into the game. I have to imagine we're probably getting close to about halfway, so it's not going to be many more streams of this one. Maybe on the longer Final Fantasies, I'll do longer streams on them. But I think Final Fantasy 1's fairly short, and judging by the crystals, we're probably close to halfway through. We got the airship, though. That was good. That was fun. But I will wrap up here. Thank you so much for hanging around. Hopefully you had a nice time. We'll be back Monday, and Monday probably finish up the Factorio achievement run if we can. I don't really know. We'll play it by ear and see what seems fun. I want to do some Granblue versus Rising next week if we think of it. And obviously, Final Fantasy on Friday. Either way, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you'll see you next time, and bye for now.